Alright, and we should be live here on YouTube for the Divisional Round matchup today between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Detroit Lions. Winner of this game will be going on to face the San Francisco 49ers next Sunday in San Francisco. So we're going to be calling the action here, and as usual, my dad will be joining us for this game. So welcome back. It's been a while.
It has been a while, before Christmas.
Yep. So we're here, and have you watched any of the playoff football this year, or have you kind of stayed out of it since your team isn't in it for the 25th straight year?
I was going to say, my team's never in it.
I know. I just had to make that mention.
I think, what was the last time we made the
2011.
playoffs? 2011?
Yeah.
So, yeah, Jets fan, so I pretty much get January's off.
Would you like to hear a positive note that changed over the course of the last Lions game? The Dolphins are now the longest team without a playoff win.
Yay!
Going back to the 2000 season when they got their last playoff win.
Yeah.
So the Jets actually have a more recent playoff win than the Dolphins.
Now, I have got to watch a little bit of the playoffs, but not a whole lot.
All right. So let me see if I can pull up a playoff.
I watched some of the game yesterday. One of the games yesterday. I watched the Baltimore, or part of the Baltimore Houston game.
Yep.
Because I was anticipating a much better game than that.
I think everybody was, especially after the first half went as good as it did. After the first half ended at a tie game between the two. Let's see if I can pull up a playoff bracket so far for the NFL. Did you see the final score of that game?
No, it was like 27 to...
Yeah, it didn't get any better.
Was it 27-14, 27-10, something?
The Texans only ended with 10 points, so
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it didn't end up... It wasn't at 14.
They didn't take any away?
Nope. Although, granted, taking points away from the Texans wouldn't have been surprising considering how that game was going.
Yeah.
Did you see how many penalties they were getting?
Yes.
They were at nine offside, or not offsides, but false start penalties. Yeah. All right, here we go.
That is a line that was definitely nervous. It's hard to play O-line if you're nervous. They certainly showed that.
Here we go. I'm going to pull up a bracket both for people to see and for you to see so you can kind of see where everything's gone, and we can talk about some of these games here. So
I actually thought that was going to be the best game of the weekend. I now think this one could be the best game of the weekend.
I think tonight's game could very well be a candidate for best game. So, yeah, the image quality is not great. I just grabbed this off the internet. Go ahead and just drop it behind the...
Looks better than we do.
Well, yeah, but that's not saying much. I hope that at least the leaderboard graphic there is better. So we'll go ahead and shrink this down a little bit so you can at least see... Oh. Not trying to move the quarter. Come on. Not trying to move the quarter. Alright. Oh, come on. Alright. There we go. So we'll put that in the middle there, and now we can talk about some of these games. So Baltimore, Houston, that game. Let me get the actual box score pulled up here. So yeah, it ended up at 34-10 for the Baltimore Ravens over the Houston Texans. Baltimore scoring 17 points in that fourth quarter. Yeah, just kind of ended up decimating the second half of that game. Texans ended up with 70 yards of penalties. So America seems 74% in favor of the Lions. Who do you think wins this game today?
Lions.
All right. So
Lions by 8. That's my prediction for today.
All right. And then So what were the other games? Oh yeah, we had San Francisco, Green Bay. Did you get? So you didn't get to see any of that game? I'm assuming since it was late.
I don't even know who won. I haven't even.
What is the most annoying way I could do this? Let's see. So at the up until the 1:07 mark, Green Bay was winning. Then they gave up a touchdown to give San Fran the lead, and then Jordan Love threw an interception to end the game.
Well, that's fitting.
Yep. So the final score ended up looking like that, 21-24. And again, Green Bay had a 21-17 lead with about a minute left in the game.
Wow.
And then Christian McCaffrey was like, "Okay, yep, hold my cleats." Since we know they're not allowed to drink on the side. Okay, you know what? Maybe he could probably still run for 100 yards behind that O-line while drunk.
I think he might be able to. He's proven he can do just about everything else this season.
Yeah, I mean, and unlike other running backs, he doesn't necessarily need a triple shot of espresso to go out there and run like he does. Unlike Pacheco, who looks like he's constantly having something going on when he's running. Whether that be drugs or too much caffeine. Maybe he's just a kid with a sugar rush.
Maybe.
Might be. Considering he was a 7th-round rookie last year. Took the Chiefs to that Super Bowl. Speaking of the Chiefs, you want to talk about a little bit about that game coming up later today?
Sure.
All right. So we got Kansas City and Buffalo.
So, since I really have no faith whatsoever in Buffalo, and although Kansas City has not looked great this season, I'm taking Kansas City over Buffalo tonight by 3.
All right. You do realize Buffalo hasn't lost a game since last calendar year, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what makes you think that they haven't looked good? Is it everything up until then?
How good have their wins been?
All right, well, let's pull it up. Rather than trying to remember them, because I'm not a Bills fan, so I haven't watched every single game that they've had. 31-10 over the Cowboys. Let's see. 31-17 over the Steelers last week in the wild card round. 21-14 over the Dolphins to clinch the division win. Then they had a close game against the Chargers on Saturday Night Football on the Saturday before Christmas there for the Peacock exclusive. Then they had the close game against the Chiefs, because they always play close against the Chiefs, it seems. Took the Eagles into overtime, which is Josh Allen's, I think, second least favorite word.
Overtime?
Or third least favorite word. The two that he hates worse is coin toss. Then they blew out the Jets 32-6. And then kind of going back further is where they didn't look as good, where they lost to the Broncos during the Broncos' hot streak. Lost to the Bengals.
No, I have no faith in Josh Allen whatsoever.
Really? Because I feel like I'm kind of feeling the other way. Is that I don't feel like the Chiefs have necessarily looked good enough to earn my trust.
They haven't. I don't disagree with that at all.
I mean,
I just give them the playoff, that weight in the playoff that I don't give to Buffalo.
Yeah. I mean, just kind of the fact that they lost to the Raiders, almost lost to the Chargers in Week 18, although I think they were resting starters that week. Played it somewhat close against the Bengals on New Year's Eve. Lost to the Bills, though they did keep it close. Lost to the Packers in a somewhat crushing loss. But, I mean, they lost for the first time in years to both the Broncos and the Raiders. I think that might have been the first time. I know it's the first time in the Mahomes era that they lost there. Yeah. But I know it's the first time in the Mahomes era they lost to the Broncos, which, I mean, hey, that's something that you can't really say too much. something else that I think should be noted about the game is where it's being played.
I know, it's in Buffalo.
Yeah. First time Mahomes has played a road game in the playoffs in his career. He's never played well, I guess unless you count the Super Bowl, which is always a road game technically.
Right.
And specifically Super Bowl 20. Or not Super Bowl 20, but Super Bowl for 2020.
Yeah.
Because that one was played in Tampa against Tampa. So they were directly a road team there, as opposed to the rest where it's attempted to be a neutral site. Like last year it was Arizona while they were playing against the Eagles. But they've also never played in Buffalo with Mahomes. Oh wait, sorry, they played once, and that was during the COVID year where there was no fans. So that Bills crowd that creates a lot of noise.
So if there's a football game played and there's no crowd, is there actually a football game?
I don't know. If a tree falls in the forest and no one's there to hear it. Also, the Buffalo fans did sacrifice another person to the pit this morning.
Who's that?
Don't know.
Oh.
They've been throwing a fan in the pit for like the last 2 months, every game day, and it's been getting them wins. So, and by the pit, I mean the pit that's going to eventually become their new stadium that they're building.
Yep.
So yeah, it originally happened by accident where a guy fell in and they won, ending their losing streak. Then they started sacrificing someone to the pit every game day, and it's been working for them. So don't say if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
So what do you think? Do you think Buffalo's coach is on the hook if they lose tonight?
I don't think so. I think he's done a lot. I think everything he's done since the kind of losing skid to kind of hit the brakes. Especially considering it seems like his choices at offensive coordinator when they made that change significantly helped the team. I think that shows that he knows that shows that he knows how to bring in people who can do good work. Because I think that falls very squarely on the head coach's decision on who they bring in for those offensive and defensive coordinator.
Isn't he also GM too?
I don't think so. I don't think Sean McDermott's the GM as well.
Oh, he's a McDermott. I was thinking he was a McVay.
No, Sean McVay is Rams. Did you have any clue that Sean McVay was in LA or no? I guess not, since you thought he was Buffalo, but let's see. Brandon Beane is the Bills general manager, so okay. It's not the same person as their head coach.
Huh.
So, yep. But again, I look at how that offense has performed with Joe Brady since they made that offensive coordinator change, and it's been a significant difference. So, yeah. I think that's enough to at least keep McDermott around for one more season. Now, I wouldn't be opposed to them potentially getting rid of him, depending on who they bring in. Because if they get rid of him without a plan as to who to replace him with, I'd be a little bit more worried. Now, if they get rid of him to bring in they wouldn't get rid of him to bring in Belichick, because I think the Bills hate Belichick for plenty of reasons.
And he's going to Atlanta, pretty much.
But, potentially, if they get rid of him specifically to try and get, for example, the Titans head coach, if they can get rid of him to get a good free agent head coach, I would say that is a much more worthwhile conversation to ask about potentially getting rid of him, but just getting rid of him to get anybody else, I think, is a risk and not one that's worthwhile. Because I think, again, McDermott's serviceable, similar to the Mike Tomlin situation, because I'm sure we'll probably talk about Mike Tomlin later on throughout the game, considering Pittsburgh lost in the wild card round.
And they came out and supported him pretty well, though, from the team. They came out and said that they're expecting to extend his contract at the beginning of next year. So
Yeah, but kind of the point is, how long would you be willing to stick with a team with a coach who's able to get you into that playoff? I mean, if the coach is able to get you to the playoffs, are you really going to be that unhappy that you want to fire him over that?
No, he's.
And McDermott's gotten the Bills into the playoffs. Now, if they missed the playoffs entirely, I could have very much seen him out. But I think making the playoffs is going to absolutely quiet down that conversation. All right, here we go.
I do think if Buffalo wins today, I think that does cement him in for next year.
Yeah.
I don't think he's really on the hook for next year anyway.
Well, yeah.
But I do think he's going to have a short leash next year if they lose tonight.
Yeah, I think if they were to get rid of him this offseason, it would probably be more over the off-the-field issue that he had with the speech he gave a few weeks ago versus his actual on-the-field stuff. I don't know if you heard about that controversy. He was giving the team a prep speech about like how you got to work together as a team, and quoted how the 9/11 hijackers worked together to execute a plan to perfection.
Oh. Honestly,
not exactly wrong, but a pretty poor choice of example. When I feel like you can find a few better examples.
Oh, I think
bring up a comic book villain if you want to come up with a bad guy to quote something about, right?
Still, I mean, was Hitler a good leader? He led millions of people to do things that they wouldn't ordinarily want to do.
Yeah, but again, it's one of those things that when you're making a public speech to your football team, might not be the right time or place to use that. But, yeah, so Bills on Friday announced an extension of contract for both general manager Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott through the 2027 season. So, and that story came from ESPN, and I want to try and figure out when that was actually posted. Because if it was posted June of 2023, so that extension came before the season started. So, to fire him at that point.
But we know what contract extensions really mean.
It means you're getting the money, but you might not stay here.
Exactly.
So there we go. I accidentally got rid of the football.
How many coaches are Carolina paying right now?
Carolina, I think they're only paying 2.
Oh, are they?
Because they haven't hired a third one. They haven't hired one for next year,
yeah.
But they fired the last 2 years they fired them in the middle of the season.
And how about the Raiders? How many are they paying?
I think that's also only 2 because they haven't hired. 3 because they hired Antonio Pierce officially, which a good thing for them because there were plenty of players threatening to leave the team if they didn't.
Here's the first offensive set for Detroit. Detroit starting off their own 25. Back for the pass. Oh, incomplete pass. Tried to throw it downfield, but there was no one open, so he used his outlet and threw it over his head. So,
yeah, attempted to throw it to number, what number was that, 5?
I think so.
All right. There we go. Got the football back up. Right. Yeah, I think I was pretending to be a Chiefs player there. I dropped the ball.
Second down and 10. Back for the pass. That one's to number 5, and that's from pickup of 8 yards.
Yeah, so that's their other running back, David Montgomery. He was a Bear last year, and now he's a Lion. So, because he was actually one of the few skill players we didn't go through when we were talking before the game. So, yep, there we go. Got that all taken care of. Got the ball up. All right, we are ready for this one.
Okay, where do I find my little screen here?
Oh, wait, no, that's NFL Plus.
All right. Detroit's going to be a 3-and-out here.
Sorry.
Fox is back to punt. And the punt is away. Looks like a pretty good punt back to the 19-yard line. First guy misses, and he makes it back to the 20 for a 1-yard return on about a 52-yard punt, it looked like. All right, let's see what Tampa Bay can do on their first series of downs here. Detroit was a 3-and-out. First play, Baker's under center. Fakes the handoff, back for the pass. Short pass across the middle to number 1 for a 9-yard pickup, it looks like, maybe 8. So Baker comes out and picks up 8 yards on the pass. So that's good start for Tampa Bay on first down. Be a 2nd down and 2.
Say it might be
Run right straight up the middle, past the line, and
that's Rashad White on the carry to about the 44, 45-yard line before it gets down by contact.
Pickup of about 11 yards.
It might be an iPad only thing, iPad versus and computer only, because I'm not seeing the option the same way I've done it on your tablet before. Just don't be like Tom Brady and smash the iPad if things start going south. Because we know Tom Brady's done that plenty.
Sorry, don't care about this game that much.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no. If it... Nope, looks like the exact same stuff, and I'm not seeing the option there. Let me see if I can at least pull it up for you on my screen here.
Bucks are at their own 44-yard line here. 1st and 10. Baker's back to get sacked.
Yeah, that's a deep sack.
Had about 2 seconds on that before he was in the grasp of about 3 of the DetroitLions.
Yep, 8-yard loss there on that one. Is that what you're looking for?
That is what I'm looking for.
All right. So there we go. Gonna go ahead and get the poll going so that everybody else can let us know how they think this game is gonna turn out.
Well, you don't think everyone's just gonna assume that I'm right?
I think it's more likely that they all assume that you're wrong here. 3rd and 17 here for the Buccaneers as they take the snap. Baker fires it over the middle. Tipped and picked! Tipped and picked by E.J. Gardner-Johnson on that one, as he has stiff-armed like 4 guys and gone nowhere as he then breaks away for about, what was that, 10, maybe 10, 12 yards on the return. But he stiff-armed like 4 guys before he went anywhere forward. I thought he was just going to end up running that thing right out of bounds as he kept stiff-arming and running towards the sideline.
He only needed 7 more guys and he'd have had them all down.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lewis, that was a perfect tip ball right there. Little over his head. All he did was just look like he was playing volleyball with it. Pushed it right straight up in the air.
So yeah, C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the interception. So nice day already for him.
So Detroit takes over at the 41-yard line of Tampa Bay. First down and 10. Goff's going to be under center for the first time today. Handoff up the middle, off the right tackle. About 3 yards on that pickup. Be a second down and 7. Maybe 6. Let's see. Yep, second down and 6. Goff still under center. Another handoff off the right tackle. Back to Montgomery. Pickup of another 5, so it'll be third down and 1. Third down and 1 here. Oh, we got a hold on the defense. Number 96 on Cansey.
Kalijah Cansey on the hold there. He's a rookie out of, don't remember where he was drafted out of, actually, as I'm going to say that. Let's see. Kalijah Cansey drafted out of Pittsburgh. Yeah.
All right, so first down and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Goff.
Yeah.
Goff looking deep. He throws it deep and incomplete. Attempted to get it to Laporta there.
All right, second down and 10.
I just wish that if it, that this game didn't just feel like it was going to be a preliminary to see who gets to go and get their butt kicked by San Francisco next week. But I feel like no matter which matchup it ends up being, whether it's Tampa or the Lions, it feels like the kind of game where San Fran's just going to go in and win it.
That looked like a first down.
Oh, and we got a flag.
Oh,
what's the flag
down.
For? Hey, Random, how's it going? We're going to go ahead and hide away the poll. Alright, there we go. I can go ahead and make that a little bit more narrow there.
Face mask on Tampa. McCullum. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wasn't that the last name of the kid from Home Alone? Or is that... Or am I completely off on what his last name was?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Speaking of random, that was random.
What? The name sounded familiar. Alright, there we go.
Penalty will be added to the end of the run. It will be a first down.
So it's going to be what? First and goal here?
Yeah, first and goal from about the 8. Looks like.
Alright, so here we go. So yeah, I see the Lions winning this game. I don't know what the margin of victory I would probably pick would be. I'd probably say it'll be about a touchdown difference because I don't think it'll be overly close, but...
That's what I said, 8 points.
Yeah. It'll all come down to what the... Because I could see the Lions going for the 2-point conversion more often than not. But I could also see it... I could see it going wrong for them, too.
That looked like about a 5-yard run for Jahmyr Gibbs right up the middle, off left side.
Right,
Goff under center. Back, fakes the handoff. That should have been intercepted right in the end zone.
How did he not pick that?
I don't know, but I don't know if it doesn't look like they caught the hold on the outside. The left end held the Buck. Watch number 68. Where was it? Oh, it must have been outside of that. Maybe he let go immediately because they did pan away just as he was grabbing a hold of him. But
the left end or the left tackle?
Left end.
So the defensive player?
Yeah. No, offensive player. Left the end he's on the line.
Okay.
So he was going out for a pass, but he grabbed a hold of the
all right.
defender. All right, 4th and goal for Detroit. Looks like they're going to kick the field goal here, put some points on the board from the 3-yard line.
Because, yeah, the left end is a defensive position.
It's also an offensive position. It's also an offensive position.
It is?
Yeah.
Because there's tight end.
That's the left or right tight end.
All right. Yeah, because the D linemen on the edge are right and left ends specifically as well.
They're called defensive ends. DEs.
Yeah, but they're specifically called right and left end.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never heard of anyone call a tight end
You told me that 2 weeks ago too.
Or 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago when we were on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to mention, considering this team, it probably was a tackle going over a pass.
That's possible too.
Considering the issues, they did get the field goal, right?
Field goal's up and good.
All right, which means points. I also want to move this over here. Oh. That's 3 points, and ball is back to the Buccaneers.
So who do you guys think is going to win this game? What do we have up there so far?
So far, it looks like 2 votes for the Lions winning by more than 7, and 1 vote for the Lions winning by less than 7. Also, I did use the math formula, right?
Oh, you mean
the less than sign?
Yeah, I did. Honestly, math minor in college, but I have no idea. I never could figure out. Alligator eating didn't make any sense to me, and yeah.
Math minor I thought your minor in high school or in college was alcohol.
No, that was my major.
Oh, that was your major?
That
okay.
was my major.
So your major was alcohol. Wasn't your then wouldn't your minor have been like PE or something?
Nope.
Nope. You didn't minor in PE?
I didn't minor in PE. I was 300 pounds.
Fair enough. You're still lighter than some of these linebackers that we've got playing today.
I'm shorter, too. Actually, I'm about the same weight as most of the linebackers. Or was.
Yeah.
I am now. I'm about 224, so.
Yep.
I'm actually lighter than most of them.
All right, well, we got 5 people hanging out in chat, so how's everybody doing tonight? So we got this game here, and then we got the later game, which is Buffalo versus Kansas City, which JP and I will be calling together. So that'll be a fun game.
I can't wait. We love you, JP.
Yeah, let me see. Is JP streaming this game too to get warmed up, or is he just doing the Kansas City game? I gotta see. Okay, JP is not live, so he's probably just doing the Kansas City.
Is he on our stream?
Kansas City game. I don't know. I can only see how many people.
Oh, that's right.
And I can see who's actually chatted, which so far is just random. Which is ironic considering his name is actually just random.
Just random, yeah.
Well, just random stuff, technically, but yeah. And the punt, or the kickoff there has gone.
Out of the end zone, and so we'll come out to the 25.
Yeah, so it's
where
officially Buccaneers ball.
Buccaneers will take over at the 25 and with their second series of downs here. So we talked about what we thought would happen to McDermott tonight if they lost.
Yep.
What do you think will happen to Todd Bowles?
Todd Bowles? I don't know.
Bowles.
What is it? Not is it not Bowles?
It's Bowles.
Oh, you mean that thing that he got to a couple years ago with Tom Brady?
Yes.
The bowl.
Yes.
Okay. Hard to tell looking at the spelling.
All right, so White runs up the middle for 8 yards, 2nd down and 2 here.
Yep.
They've actually been able to move the ball here. They haven't gotten very far, but they've moved the ball pretty well. Till the interception game.
And that's where I feel like the weird thing is with the NFC South is like, okay, is winning your division and making the playoffs enough to solidify a coach's spot? Because it doesn't feel like it should, because the division is pretty much terrible, but...
Hey, they've got a winning record.
Yeah, barely.
9-8.
Yeah, say you have one game go slightly differently, and you might end up with an 8-1 record, like the Commanders ended up with last year.
All right, incomplete pass, so it's going to be a 3rd down and 2 here. It's important that they get this first down.
But yeah, I feel like the Tampa Bay question, though.
And the pass is up, and it is caught for a first down at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, caught by Mike Evans there, number 13 for the Buccaneers. But yeah, when it comes to the head coaching question, mainly because of the question marks, I feel like are with all 4 teams in the NFC South. Like, I don't think Tampa Bay gets rid of their coach until one of the other 2 teams in the division that were right on their tail for that division do. So I think Dennis Allen for the Saints or who... Oh, wait, no, Arthur Smith already got canned. So they've already... 2 of them.
Oh, no, oh, nice pass right up the middle.
Yep.
Palmer picks up that one. Looks like about a 29-yard gain there.
Yeah, Trey Palmer on the catch.
That was beautiful. There was nobody in the vicinity.
Yeah, nobody paid any respect there to him. Oh, actually. Yeah, and he managed to get a decent pocket there. Before number 6 manages to trip him up there.
Did you see the eyes of Mayfield there? That was great quarterbacking. He was looking everywhere but at him, but he knew where he was going.
Yep. And he
knows where he's going this time too.
Yeah, down. I'm kind of surprised he didn't try and just chuck that one away.
What was that, about a 10-yard, 9-yard loss?
Yeah, 9-yard sack there. And we got 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter here. But, yeah, man.
Oh, White fell down in the backfield. That's why...
Yeah, he was the blocker for that first guy.
Yeah.
And that was Brian Branch on the first contact. Weird to see.
The only contact.
There was a second guy that got in there right at the end.
Okay.
Who kind of put his hands on him, almost like when a player trips with no contact.
Yeah. Just
to make sure that they are down by contact.
Oh, Mayfield's going to run it. And not very far, but he's going to run it.
Was that did he just try and slide it for like a half yard?
Well, you can't. Once you start the slide, you're down. So.
Yeah. But I mean, I think the slide might have been the entirety of that run. I think he might have slid right at the line of scrimmage.
They gave him 1 yard. So
they did give him
3rd and 18.
But yeah, going back to that conversation though, about the head coaching, I mean, again, the NFC South is weird because, again, Buccaneers won the division in what was supposed to be a down year for them because it was their first year post-Brady. So I think it really is just a question mark there as to what happens. I think you stay the course.
So that was just a handoff up the middle to get a couple of yards so that they could get it over to the right hash mark for the kicker.
Yeah. So there we go. 4th and 9, and they're going to attempt to kick it here.
Be a 43-yard field goal if I counted right.
Yep, 43-yard attempt. Yards. And he's definitely
Kick is down, and it is straight through the uprights for a tie ball game, 3-3. That's what Tampa Bay needed in that drive. They just needed to get points on the board, keep this even, and keep a good game going.
Yep. Actually, you know what? When it comes to that head coaching thing, actually, I just thought about it a little bit more. I think you move on to a new head coach when you end up in a position that you feel you're comfortable with drafting a potential quarterback of the future.
Yeah.
I think Mayfield will probably be able to carry them until then. And it just kind of comes down to when you are able to draft someone that you feel could be the quarterback of the future and try and pair him up early. Because that's kind of the thing that the Bears haven't been doing well, is that they will bring in a rookie quarterback, give him 2 or 3 years with a head coach, then they're firing the head coach midway through developing the quarterback. Then the quarterback doesn't gel with the new head coach. New head coach wants a different quarterback, and they repeat the cycle. Now, the Bears could be smart this offseason and get rid of their head coach and restart the quarterback process, although I like Justin Fields a lot. I think you could get a player equally as talented with your own number 1 pick. I think it would just come down to what the offers on the table are for you for that number 1 overall pick. That number 1 overall pick's pretty valuable, especially this year where Caleb Williams will be there. I think it's pretty likely, though, the Bears should probably just take him at this point.
You take the best player on the board, not the best player for your team at number 1.
Yeah, well, I think that will be Caleb Williams this year. I don't see any way that they don't take a quarterback if they actually utilize that first pick. Because I think there's plenty of teams that would be willing to trade multiple firsts to get that.
That's why you take the best player on the board.
Yeah. Yeah, I think consensus is that I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is actually the best overall player on the board, but he's a wide receiver, and without someone to throw the ball to him, a wide receiver is not going to do you much good.
You don't think Fields has got it?
Well, I think Fields has got it. The problem is that you got to pay him in 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Versus if you go and roll the dice on another quarterback who might be around the same talent level. Now, you could go with someone like Drake May, who I think has a much higher floor. He's got a lot less likely to bust, but I think his ceiling is lower than Caleb Williams. So here we go. Kick is away, and it will be Lions ball out the backfield, and they will bring it out to the 25-yard line. So they could try and go for the safer option of the kind of quarterbacks expected to go 1 and 2, because May and Williams have been kind of 1 and 2 this entire draft cycle. So they could try and go for the guy who might be safer, but I think you take a first-round quarterback and basically reset your clock, so you got 5 years to develop them before you have to pay them.
See, I still think Fields is a quarterback of the future, so I'm still pretty high on Fields.
Yeah.
All right, pass play out to the left-hand side, number 26. Jahmyr Gibbs, 3-yard gain, so it'll be a 2nd down and 7 from the 28-yard line. I will say the Buccaneers picking off the Eagles, I didn't see that one coming.
Picking off the Eagles?
Didn't they pick off the Eagles?
Oh, yeah, defeating the Eagles. I thought you were referring to the pick that they caught a few minutes ago where they intercepted him.
Oh, run up the left-hand side. Oh, they're going to mark him just short. Just short of the first down. Be a 3rd down and 1.
But, the Buccaneers knocking off the Eagles. I felt like it was an all-right chance for it to happen. It's kind of one of those situations where it's like, you don't really know what can or could not happen potentially. Yeah, it's just a weird one where it's... Because the Eagles had a similarly off year, similar to the Chiefs that we talked about earlier.
They did, but, I mean, I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily... I wasn't picking them to lose that game to the Buccaneers. But with the way that they were playing, I wasn't shocked that they did either.
If you had given me 100 to 1 odds of Philadelphia winning,
Yeah.
I still would have taken the 100 to 1 odds that Philadelphia would have won.
Well, I think that's just smart betting because you bet with the thing that, because I think overall that talent, the team talent-wise, I mean, and that's going to be the weirdest thing going into the offseason is how do you make that team any better than it was this year?
Goff back to pass, out over the middle. Oh, nice juke, but he didn't get anywhere with it. So, actually,
what was the point of that second roll there?
Because he never went down. I don't know if they're gonna call him down or not.
Okay,
I didn't see a body part go down, but they're not seeming to.
Yeah, they ruled him down short here, 2nd and 2. But yeah, that was Amon-Ra St. Brown on that one. Handoff up the middle to Gibbs, and he gets stuffed.
Smoked.
Yep.
So it'll be 3rd down and 2. No gain, but he must have fallen forward pretty well.
Yep. I mean, I think on the replay, I think he was pretty much right on top of it anyway, yeah.
Yeah, it looked like he got smoked in the backfield, but
he managed to kind of move. Yeah. He managed to spin to the other side of the defender. But
blitz coming. That is a perfect play for a blitz breaker right there.
Yeah, St. Brown again.
Short little pass right over the middle.
Yep.
En route, 5-yard pass, 1st down.
Well, I will say at least the Lions team is at full strength right now compared to how they were at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Where they were missing I think it was 3 wide receivers who were out due to gambling suspensions. Yeah, Jameson Williams was the key one. I think Josh Reynolds was also out with a suspension for gambling, and then somebody else's they ended up cutting before the season anyway. So.
6-yard pickup for Gibbs off the left tackle.
Yep.
Be a 2nd down and 4. Oh, fake the handoff. Oh, right back to the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Who was that player?
Kadara?
Let's see. Number 45, right?
I didn't see the number.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Well, they don't have a 45. Let's see. I don't see any name that looks like. I mean, unless it was Campbell and we just really didn't see it. I mean, it could be possible that it was someone off the practice squad.
Maybe it was his. No, he's a D lineman. Probably not him.
Who are you thinking?
Okara.
Oh,
it's the only thing that looks even close name wise.
Let's see, practice squad. Maybe. Oh, yep, there we go. Jason Cabina. He's a fullback off the practice squad.
Cabinda. 235-pound fullback.
Yeah, I think the only fullback I could probably name on the in the entire NFL prior to that play is Kyle Juszczyk over in San Francisco.
And how long will you remember Cabinda?
Probably till the end of this game.
Wow, you got me beat.
Let me guess. Next time we see a play,
next time we see a play,
on the number 45.
Yeah, and I still won't remember it.
But yeah, no. Kyle Juszczyk, I think, is legitimately maybe the only fullback I know off the top of my head, and I couldn't even tell you who the Colts fullbacks are.
They may not have one.
Do you know who the Jets have for fullback?
No.
If anybody?
No.
Because, if they need to run the ball, they'll just hand it to Breece Hall.
Yep.
Speaking of Jets running backs, did you get a chance to see how Dalvin Cook played in his first game away from the Jets?
I don't even know where he went.
Baltimore. He played yesterday.
I didn't see much. With his name on it, obviously, because I didn't know that's where he went.
Yeah, he played a bunch in the second half of the game against Houston. Probably right after you left, they put him in.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was getting some good reps there. Let me see what the box score said for his yardage, because I don't exactly know how many yards he ended with. Lamar Jackson was the leading rusher on the team for 100 rushing yards on 11 carries.
We haven't talked about that yet.
What, Lamar's rushing?
Lamar's winning a playoff game here.
Yeah, so. I mean, I think because for a lot of people, I think it was kind of the expected outcome. I mean, they did get a weaker matchup, I think, because I think if they had to play Cleveland, I think that head-to-head would be a much tougher fought game. No disrespect to Houston. I mean, we played them hard in the final week of the regular season, but Cleveland and that AFC North just seems to beat each other up.
Nice pass play right over the middle to Laporta.
Yep, Laporta
Potty.
Yep.
Picks up 13 yards for the first down.
Oh, wow. Dalvin Cook did a lot less rushing than I thought he did. He got 8 carries for only 23 yards. I thought it felt like he was doing a lot more than that. I guess he must have gotten a couple of really short rushes in there, because I know he had at least one rush that went like 10 to 12 yards, so he must have had a lot of really short runs after that.
Goff just spent like 30 minutes in the backfield looking for a receiver and ends up picking up about 2 yards.
I mean, hey, you know what? He wants to make sure he picks a good throw.
Well, what that tells me is that the O-line for the Lions did a really good job there.
Yep.
Because you could have timed that with a calendar.
Oh, you mean like timing when you get a good idea? No, wait, no, you can't do that with just one calendar.
No. No, it would have to be a multi-year.
Yep.
Another pickup from Laporta. I really have trouble with that. Pickup in Laporta. Pick-a-potty. Good pickup there. Was that 15 yards?
I think he was down at the 15. I didn't see where they were throwing that one from. They're marking him at the 14, so they're taking it from the 14 here in the red zone. Toss up and
incomplete pass.
Yep. If he caught that was going to be a touchdown right there.
Yes, it was. No matter what, because he was going to fall into the end zone if nothing else. Actually, he did fall into the end zone just without the ball.
Yep.
Second down and 10 now from the 14.
All right, let's see. So yeah, I'm excited to see what the Bills-Chiefs game ends up looking like, though, because those two teams have played each other a ton in the playoffs. And here we go. They take the snap. Look. Oh, just a quick screen pass there to Jahmyr Gibbs up the left side of the field. Goes for about 4 yards. I guess they marked it as a 5-yard gain, but I mean, we've talked about how they measure these. We've talked about how they measure these plays all the time, and it feels like they are measuring with different sized rulers each time.
Yes. So this will be interesting with the play here, because you got to get more than your 3 point. Oh, that looked like motion.
Yeah. And,
touchdown!
There we go. Touchdown! Who was that? Was that Reynolds? I think that was Reynolds. Yep, number 8, Josh Reynolds on the touchdown. Touchdown, Lions.
And no laundry, so they didn't call the motion, but that right tackle looked like he moved well before the snap. Let's see.
Number 58?
58.
Yeah,
he moved before anyone else did, but I think the snap actually was on the way before he moved.
Yeah, I think everybody else was just delayed.
He was pretty quick off that ball.
Yeah, that's Penei Sewell right there, and I thought he was left tackle, though. I thought Penei Sewell played left tackle, but he's on the right side of the field that time.
That was definitely right. And the extra point is up and good.
Yep.
It is a 10-3 lead for Detroit. with 12 minutes 33 seconds left in the first half.
I will say I was rooting for Detroit a lot more until the end of last night's game. I wanted to see a Green Bay versus Detroit NFC Championship game. Tell me that wouldn't be a fun storyline.
That would be a fun storyline.
Instead, we got San Fran, which I don't think has a ton of history against either of these two teams, mainly because neither of these teams...
And there's not going to be much of a history that night either.
Nope.
No, I think that's going to be a foregone conclusion.
I mean, if the Lions or the Buccaneers upset them, I think it'll be a big mark. The problem is I don't see... when it comes to the Buccaneers, I don't see them getting back to that point again anytime super soon if they do. Because this kind of feels like a one-off kind of run.
Since we're talking about the Buccaneers and they're at commercial, let's talk about Purdy for a second.
Okay.
So I was listening to talk radio, local talk radio here in Maine.
All right.
And the two brothers on the station.
Yep.
Those of you in Maine know who I'm talking about.
I don't.
Okay. Those of you that listen to talk radio, sports talk radio in Maine know who I'm talking about. Anyway, they were saying that Purdy is the worst quarterback in the NFL, and if they were to lose that game against Green Bay, that Purdy would be out of a job at the end of this season. I don't know what they've been... Oh, we did legalize marijuana. I forgot. That's the only thing I can think of.
Because, I mean, I thought, considering they're from Maine, I thought they were going to make a Purdy good joke, since that's a saying we use up here.
No.
Because you know it. We all say it up here.
Yeah, but it's Purdy.
Yeah.
Not Purdy. Purdy.
I've heard plenty of people pronounce it Purdy.
Probably.
I've heard you pronounce it Purdy.
Probably. So, what do you think about that?
I will say, until he wins the Super Bowl, I think anybody picked in the 7th round is going to have a pretty big microscope on pretty much any game they play. I mean, I know a lot of people were sounding the fraud alert when they lost to the Ravens on Christmas night, but I don't see any reason why that team would move on from them, especially if they're picking that late in the first round.
You might see a rematch of that game.
They're not going to get a chance to, they're not going to get a chance to pick any, because if they were picking, let's say that they had, say, a pick inside the top 10, I could see them potentially replacing Purdy if he wasn't playing. If he wasn't carrying them, but he's carrying them to a good record, which means they don't have a good draft pick. Which means they likely aren't going to replace him, although they do most of their damage in the later rounds.
And up until he gave up the 4 or 5 picks in the one game.
Yeah, that was in the Baltimore game, I think.
Yeah, it was. Up until then, he was mentioned as
MVP
candidate.
Although that seems to be a jinx. Anytime you mention, oh yeah, someone's an MVP candidate. I mean, we talked about it for Dak, and then he had his blow-up game against the Niners. Then we talked about it for Purdy, and he got blown up. I think the only person who didn't get that jinx was Lamar.
Lamar, who I said should be the MVP this year.
Yeah, and I don't deny that, especially, although I think it would be the perfect year to give it to someone like CMC.
Right.
But if you're going to give it to a quarterback, Lamar is the easy choice.
All right.
Mayfield.
Here we go.
Mayfield has the ball, hands it off.
Picks up a yard. Be 3rd down and 5, I believe.
All right. Yep, 3rd and 5. And they've got the towels going. Thought that was a Pittsburgh thing.
Oh, that's everywhere now.
Okay. I say that guy though had it going on. He had the big yellow suit and the Lions chain around his neck there.
Looked like he had every flag. Oh, he got knocked out. They're giving him a really good spot.
He didn't get across that down line?
You know, he definitely didn't get across the down line, but I thought it was a lot further back than that. What's the flag on this one? I think that guy just threw his jacket on the field. Offense. Pass interference, offense.
Ooh, offensive pass interference. And that's going to, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. The generous spot they were going to give him.
No, that hurts. Where's it? Oh, he picked off the defender right there.
Anzalone, yep.
Yep, that's it. That's all it takes.
Third penalty in this, and they've, 3 penalties, and they've already totaled up 23 yards in penalties? That is not a great start to the game.
All right, 3rd down and 15. Way deep in your end zone.
I think you look for Mike Evans here, no doubt. And, oh no, they're going to throw a really short pass here, and they're going to hope that he can get there.
He almost did. He's about a yard short.
I think he might have it.
No, he's at least a yard short.
Because it goes off the spot of the ball, not where his knee was, right?
It's where the ball was when his knee went down.
Okay, because I thought he got his arm extended out there before his knee went down.
No,
okay, his knee was down before he extended it? Okay. Because, I watched the tip of that ball go all the way to the yellow line, and I thought he had done that as he was going down.
No, I think the fulcrum hit. I think he hit the knee and fell forward.
Not to mention, considering they seemed to be giving them a generous spot of the ball last time, I thought they might give them another generous one, which...
All right, so it looks like the Tampa Bay is going to punt this away. Although, they're in a weird format. Nope, he is punting it away.
Yep. But, speaking of spotting the ball and spotting...
That was a heck of a punt, but it's going to end up being a terrible...
out to the 20 there for a touchback, because it got into the end zone.
But that just hit inside the end zone. Had that bounced back a little bit...
So would it be where it first bounces?
Yeah, if it bounced in the end zone, it's dead.
Well, yeah, but if it bounced, say the 5-yard line, then the second bounce ended up in the end zone, that would be a touchback too.
Yeah, if it crosses that line, it's dead.
Yeah, which makes it really tough, because if you want it to try and bounce as close to that end zone line as possible without going over.
Right, so you try to have the backspin on the ball so that the ball kicks back when it hits.
It's just really tough to control it at that point. But,
It's been a few years since I punted, but I was never able to.
Well, you and I, though, we do a lot of backspin, just usually on a pool table, not a football field.
Yes. But I was never able to hit the coffin corner.
Yep. But...
Nail the coffin corner.
Yep. But, I was actually talking in the wild card round, I was talking quite a bit about the placement of the ball and how you have to kind of factor in what team it is.
Yep.
Like, I remember during the Cowboy game, I had said, you have to remember if there's someone in the crowd with a Cowboy hat, you got to add an extra yard for every Cowboy hat. You add 1 extra yard onto the down.
Why?
Because it's the Cowboys. You give the Cowboys an extra yard for every Cowboy hat they get at the field. Because the refs like the Cowboys.
Ah, okay. I wasn't picking up what you were putting down there.
Wow. I thought it was a lot more obvious than that. Yep. It's
maybe I'm more tired than I think I am. No, I think I'm pretty tired. Someone had to get up and go to work at 4 o'clock this morning, and I didn't get back to sleep, so...
Sorry, didn't mean to wake you up.
Well, it was only because I had your key still.
No, with my card. Yeah, my discount card.
That's what I had. No, I thought I used his discount card. Not that.
I'd like to see the year, though, that these photos were taken, because they're showing them playing college football and all that, but they were drafted 2 years apart, but for whatever reason, I think Goff is much older than Mayfield. I don't know if they actually are that much older.
Oh, that's funny. I was actually thinking of Mayfield as being older than Goff.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's see. So Goff is 29 years old. And let's see. Mayfield.
Fakes the handoff. Goff's going to run it. Goff's going to slide at about, what, 7 yards?
Mayfield's already 28 years old, which is a little... Again, it doesn't feel like he should be that old.
He's been with 50 teams.
He was with... But, like, 7 of those were last year.
I know.
But, yeah, no, Jared Goff, though, I mean, he's...
All right, so he picked up 7 on that rush, so it'll be 2nd down and 3 from the 27-yard line. Goff's back to pass. Outlet pass to the right-hand side.
Finds Laporta, and was that?
To the 1st down. Picked up about 5 yards on that play. Be 1st down and 10.
Yeah. So Laporta just went and gave a shoulder right into the face of that defender.
Well, he's a big boy.
Yeah, he is. That is for sure.
He's not just big as in tall. He's big and thick.
Yep. Everybody's favorite version of big, right?
1st down and 10 from the 31-yard line.
Handoff. Oh, Montgomery. I thought it was going to be a Gibbs. I thought they were going to hand it off to Gibbs there.
Yeah, no gain on that one, so it'll be a 2nd down and 10.
I will say, that was the weirdest thing from this past offseason, was that the Lions had a pretty good rushing attack last year, and they got rid of both of their running backs.
Did they actually call that a 1-yard pickup? I thought he was 1 yard deep, but then I looked at it and said, no, he's close enough to the line of scrimmage. He's 6 inches past the line of scrimmage now.
Yeah, here we go. Drops back, fires over the middle.
Laporta!
How do you leave Laporta that open?
12 yards.
I think that might have been a horse collar there, too.
I don't think so.
Well, he had his hand on the back of him. I just don't know if he had just jersey or if he had the pad there when he brought him down. There is no flag on the field, so it appears to be clean. But watch the guy's, I think it's his right hand when he pulls him down here. It might have been just jersey. Oh, he's cut away.
Just in time.
But, yeah. Here we go. You saw the hand go back there,
and it was a lot higher than I thought it was.
Yeah, I just couldn't tell if he grabbed just the collar of the jersey or if he actually caught.
Oh, that's a deep pass.
Yeah. Oh, incomplete. Who was the defender there on that one? Was that Jones?
The defender was the pass because it was way too long for.
Yeah. Incomplete.
For either of them.
It was attempted to get to Jameson Williams there, but number 24 was the defender. Let's see. Carlton Davis III was the defender on that one. All right, so we do have someone who thinks the Buccaneers by more than 7. Wow. There we go. That's the first person we've seen say that.
It's good to have a person from Florida in our midst.
Yep, we love our Florida men.
Yep.
But, I mean, maybe just say Buccaneers by less than 7 makes you look a little less crazy.
Where were you born?
I know. Rat's Mouth, Florida.
Yep.
Trust me, I'm aware. I don't deny the crazy.
You embrace it.
Yep.
Goff back to pass.
Fires over the
middle. Oh, that should have been caught. Was that Brown?
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Wow.
And it's going to be 4th and 10. I mean, you got to punt it here, right?
Or where are they? Field goal, maybe?
Well, you got to kick. You got to send out the kicking unit one way or the other, whether it's your punting or your field goal unit. One of those two.
Look at that. Right in his hand. Right in his eyes.
And no defender anywhere. Well, there were defenders somewhat in the picture if you zoom it out enough.
Definitely not a field goal. Not from that.
Yeah, because they can't just go and steal Justin Tucker from the Ravens.
That would be beyond Tucker's range.
You sure? I think you could kick that backwards and still get it in. Remember, it is Justin Tucker.
Fair caught at the 13-yard line.
I think you step back to the 12, or once you signal the fair catch, can you take that one step back to catch it?
Well, it's where he caught it. So.
Okay, because I think he made the catch at the 12.
Could be.
Because he took about a step backwards after he signaled the fair catch. That'd be a big step, though, to step back a full yard.
It's a
3-yard step, or a 3-foot step.
3-foot step. It's a normal stride.
Okay. Say, especially if the guy is
6'5", yeah.
Yeah, if he's 6'5". So, the AFC Championship game will be the early game next week. So, potentially we might be able to call that one together. 3 p.m.
What day?
It'll be Sunday. Both conference championship games are Sunday.
Sunday, most likely, yes.
All right. So it's another 3 and 6:30 for the two games on Sunday.
Who's playing the 3 o'clock game?
It'll be the AFC Championship game. So Ravens and whoever wins tonight's game.
Okay.
And then the winner of this...
Ravens in Kansas City.
Yeah, Ravens in Buffalo. Remember, this is the year of the Bees. Buffalo and... You got Buffalo, Baltimore, and Brock Purdy. The 3 Bs.
And who's that guy from Batiste, whatever his name was there that we were trying to remember? What was his name? You said you were going to remember it till the end of the game.
His name started with a C or something.
Oh, Kabita.
Yeah, Kabisa or something. It was Kabisia? It sounded like the name for... Kabinda? Yeah, Kabinda. Yeah, I was going to say, it definitely didn't start with a B. I knew that much.
Well, I knew it had the hard B in it, so I was thinking it started with it.
Yeah, nope. But, yeah, so whoever wins this game will be playing the Niners at 6:30 next week. I will say, I like that they have the kind of matchups already set, so you already know which matchup will be at which time slot.
And 6:30 really is a
pretty early game for a prime time.
For a primetime game.
Yep. So... we might even be able to do the double together.
Possibility.
Assuming that we don't get sick of each other in 3 hours.
You want me to leave now?
Yeah, 1 hour in, we're already sick of each other leaving. So.
You know what I'm sick of?
What?
I'm sick of looking at that screen.
Yeah, every time I minimize it and pull it back up, it goes over there because that's where the chat is. I'm trying to leave the chat over there. And
thank you.
Yep.
All right, Tampa Bay takes over 1st down and 10 at the 8-yard line.
At the 8? That's the 13, I'm pretty sure. I think you were right on where you caught that ball.
It was 13. Yeah. Sorry. Wrong side of the 10.
I know you want the Lions to win, but you can't just give them a 5-yard penalty against their opponent automatically.
Actually, I'm not rooting for the Lions. I'm a Todd Bowles fan, so. Nice out pass to Evans there.
Yep. All right, nice and deep, and he gets both feet down. I will say, when it comes to that both feet down thing, I don't think there was actually a better wide receiver this year at doing that than Cortland Sutton for the Broncos. He didn't
no
get...
gain there.
Yeah, Rashad White on the carry there, no gain. I think, or was that...
that was Godwin, a pass.
The pass to Godwin?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was right at the line of scrimmage as well. It was thrown there, and he didn't get anywhere once he got it. I don't know. Buccaneers-Niners feels like a weird NFC Championship game for this year.
2nd down and 9. 2nd down and 10, rather. Incomplete pass. I guess it would be difficult if you're not Dallas to pick up a yard on an incomplete pass.
We've seen it plenty of times this year, though. Mainly when we call Dallas games, because we called quite a few of them.
All right, that looked like about a 3-yard pickup on that run.
Yep.
right up the middle.
So, here we go.
Is that Rashad White?
Yeah, Rashad White, yep. And let's see.
3rd down and 6.
So we got 8 votes. So far, though, it looks like pretty much everybody thinks that this game is going to be won by the Lions by at least 7 points.
Oh!
Throws it. Oh, and Rashad White gets the first down. That is massive right there. And gets it to the 50.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're going to go helmet to helmet there.
Let's see. They're showing Hutchinson. Was he the guy? No, he just... Oh, he was the guy that got to the court.
Watch the end of... If they show the end of this play. Because once he dekes him, this looked like... Yeah, that...
Yeah.
You
might have gone face mask to face mask even there.
They didn't call anything, though.
They didn't call it, which, I mean, hey, fair enough. They're letting them play.
Yeah.
As long as that maintains the rule. Like,
Oh, nice play by Baker.
Yeah, Baker finding Cade Otton there for the pass. I believe he's the tight end there, number 88.
Pick up at 15 yards. Mayfield to Otton.
Yep. And let's say they're going to make this a fight, it looks like.
It's up to the 36-yard line of the Detroit Lions, so they're almost in field goal range at this point.
Yep. But I think they have a little bit higher aspirations right now than a field goal.
Well, I hope so.
Especially considering the way that Baker's playing this. Oh, although he almost gets sacked as I say it, and then he throws it away.
Let me throw this away. Let me get this out of my hands.
Yeah, he's like, oh, yep. The O-line did not do me any favors there.
No, I don't think it would have mattered if he had 3 open receivers there. I think he had his mind up that he was going to throw that out of bounds, and
yeah, well, once he got hit, I think that spooked him right there.
But look, his eyes never moved off that sideline.
Yeah,
I'm throwing that out of bounds.
Well, I know
he had 2 receivers over there. So.
Well, specifically, he had Godwin downfield. He may have been trying to evaluate real quick. Can I throw this to Godwin? And if not, I can overthrow it and get it out of bounds.
Yeah.
And he isn't.
I thought that was
start.
I thought that was either a false start. I mean, the center certainly false started.
It just seems weird to be able to false start when you're the person who starts it.
Well, no, but he did a head fake with his head before.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. I'm not saying that they can't do it. It just seems weird to be able to, for the center to do it when he knows that he's the person who controls that.
3rd down and 5. Well, he was trying to pull the other team off sides, what he was trying to do, but he did it way too hard, but they didn't call it, so.
I guess he didn't do it way too hard.
No, guess not. 3rd and 5.
So here we go. Baker takes snap. He's going to be looking for a pass.
Oh, right up the middle. They were all over him.
I'd almost be looking for PI there on that one. Might have to see it again, but it looked like the guy had plenty of contact before the ball got there. Maybe again the replay shows something different, but at least the initial look. Oh, no. He didn't get his arms wrapped around him until after the ball.
Oh, he had it by the shirt, though.
Yeah, okay. I did see contact between them beforehand.
This is a pretty long field goal here.
Yeah, that is a long one. What is that, a 50-yarder?
Yeah.
So here we go.
Ball's up. It is.
Oh, Doink's in!
Doink's out!
Doink's out? What?
Doink's
I thought made that. I thought he made that for sure.
It doinked to the right side of the left upright, but it didn't go through. It came back out. Right here. Here's your
doink, and I thought we might get a legendary double doink.
It could have.
We got that last year.
That was pretty close to what would have been a double doink.
So no points, and the ball will be going back to the Lions. I forgot to move the ball back over. Maybe that's why the drive didn't go too well for him.
I thought it went pretty well up until that point.
Yeah, well, it doesn't really matter if you don't get points out of the run. Yeah, does a 3 and out, or, I mean, I guess it's actually worse to have a good drive that ends in no points because you run more time off the clock. Right? Theoretically?
Yeah, where are we on the clock? It's got to be pretty close to halftime, I would think. forgot to look.
Oh.
Hi. That's us.
Yep. Yeah. And I say we did end up passing over into the second quarter without me noticing.
I mentioned it at 12 minutes 33 seconds. Oh, that's right. You don't listen to me.
Yeah. I thought we established this, that we don't listen to each other.
What?
Exactly. I had someone in the store who did that to me today. They called me by name, and then I asked them 3 times, did you need something? Did you need something? And they kept doing the, what? Did you say something? Did you say something to me?
I don't even remember being there today.
I know. Although I hope you would have gotten the idea after I turned away the first time that, okay, I don't need that. I'm doing something. Not to mention, if it were you, I would have just walked away as soon as after the first time.
After I asked for the vegan water, if you
yeah, because you would do that instead of doing like couldn't hear you, because I would then just assume that you had your hearing aid turned down.
My hearing aid that I don't wear.
Yep. Sure. We'll go with that. But, yep. So, here we go.
Did we ever figure out how much time there is left?
Let's see.
Game's going to be back on by the time you figure it out.
2 minutes, 24 seconds left on the clock.
Okay.
And it will be Lions ball.
Wow, that looks like the most uncomfortable looking sofa I've ever seen in my life.
I feel like any TV. I feel like TV sofas always look pretty uncomfortable.
Well, I mean, the back on it was only about that tall.
Yeah.
I mean, my back's taller than that.
You forget there are people like Megan around that need and like shorter couches.
That is true. That one, she could probably fit her head still on.
She's probably disliking the stream right now. Although she wouldn't be tuned into this.
No, but she has kind of telepathy, so she knows I just dissed on her. So.
Yep.
All right.
Let's see how long it takes for that text to come through.
4-yard pickup there on that run.
Yep, Montgomery up the middle.
Injury update. Jonah Jackson. Looking at the outside of his left knee. They put on an adhesive heating pad and a sleeve. He went back into the game, then limped into the locker room. And he's officially questionable. What is it? Okay, that's what I get for reading the
subtitles.
The subtitles. Officially questionable. What does that mean? How can you be officially questionable?
I think that's what they marked you when you were born.
Holy Hannah.
I think that's what they marked down on your birth certificate.
Officially questionable?
Yeah. Yep. And then you did the same to me, probably.
And then I proved them right.
Yep.
Yep.
And then did the same to me, probably.
Yep. Yes, the apple didn't fall too far from this tree.
Yep. Did you say heating pad? Because we got the massive hand warmers today at work.
Oh, nice.
And, of course, I didn't end up activating them until about 15 minutes left in my shift because they didn't move me over to outside until then. So, these things got plenty of heat left in them, and I'm not going back outside, probably.
And this segment of the video brought to you by Hot Hands.
Which totally don't sponsor me, but, hey, if they wanted to, I would totally accept a sponsorship.
I wish they had these when I was playing football.
Yeah. Put those inside your glove.
Yeah. Not that we wore gloves back then. But.
Well, yeah, but there's like anything to get it warmer when you're playing in the main winter.
We had barely moved into helmets.
Yep.
That weren't leather.
Well, I don't remember. I think JP and I were doing a game the other day when or we were doing something where we were talking about about them playing without pads. I think JP was just in my chat, but we were talking about how if they played without pads, they would probably end up leading to less unnecessary roughness penalties because they would have to start playing lighter on each other. because they would just wear down way quicker if they did play the same physical football that we're used to seeing. Right?
I doubt it.
You don't think they would lighten up the hits?
No. Well, we'll see. Come Pro Bowl time.
Well, they're playing flag football. There's not going to be any tackling.
I know. Well, there should be. They should be.
What?
They should be going at it hard, but they're not going to.
Well,
they don't even go hard when it was full contact.
Yeah, but especially they're not going to go hard. They're not going to be making hard contact playing flag football. So that was the 2-minute warning, by the way, in the half.
Awesome.
For the reason for that commercial break. And no coaches' challenges allowed within the 2-minute warning.
All right. Here we go. 2nd down and 6 for Detroit at their own 44-yard line.
All right.
Goff back for the pass. Did he get down?
Did he keep it on the? Did he keep on his toes there?
According to the
sideline referee.
He did. I thought his knee might have gone down there, but
let's see the replay of that because that was a really good one. Here we go.
That was a good catch and run. Okay, not here, but here. Oh no, he didn't. He never did go down.
He bear crawls it.
Yep. That was crab walking.
Death crawl right there.
Yep. Oh, what are they doing?
Oh, are they gonna take it away
Taking a
from
peek upstairs of the replay. So they're going to take a look at it. All plays within the last 2 minutes of the half are going to get replayed. If there's a question. Oh, his elbow.
Oh, is the elbow?
The elbow is one of the points. And forearm. So both. He's down. That's going to come back.
We'll see. It probably should, but we'll have to wait and see. He's down inbounds.
It'll not be this was actually a Tampa Bay challenge. I thought it was.
Coaches can't challenge within 10
That's
seconds.
what I thought. They just said there would have been a 10-second runoff.
Yeah, say because it won't be a. All right, so they're gonna reset the game clock to 1:46. So 1:46 on the clock, 30 seconds on the play clock.
And it should go at the clock should start at the whistle because that was inbounds.
Yep, it will. They're going to whistle it. Yep, there we go. Clock starts to tick, and
3rd down and 1.
Say Goff takes snap.
He takes the sack.
Who was that? Who got the sack there?
I don't know, but whoever the
Elijah Cansey there. And
I was looking at the number 77.
He's the same guy who was icing up his knee, or not icing up, but had the heating pad on his knee earlier.
Oh yes, it was.
Same guy. Hopefully he's okay.
He's going to be out. I saw him go down. It was not a pretty sight. That's the center, isn't it?
Yeah, he was playing center at least on that play. Oh yeah, Goff right into the back of that, and he's not going to be good. And, Campbell doesn't look overly happy there. Although, granted, he doesn't look very happy ever.
I was going to say, he just has one of those naturally unhappy faces.
Although there is a difference between that face and the face I saw him make on Saturday Night Football when they were playing the Cowboys, and that bad call where they took the 2-point conversion away from them that could have won them the game. Yeah, you should have seen that face that he made after that game. I don't think there was a single Lions player who had any sort of joy on their face at that point.
So after this injury timeout, so the injured player was, is that Frank Ragnow?
Yeah, I think so. So that would be a Lions timeout, right?
Yeah.
All right. Because it's within the 2-minute warning, an injury timeout actually counts against the team. All right, let's see. Number 77 we're looking for. Yep, Frank Ragnow.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's not how it's actually pronounced.
Ragnow?
Yeah, is it actually?
I think so.
Okay.
How would you pronounce it otherwise? Ragnow?
Ragnow. Okay, Ragnow?
Ragnow.
All right.
Ragnow. I don't know how you pronounce that any other way. I mean, I know we're close to Canada,
Yeah.
but I don't speak French. And so any other way, I think, would have to be French.
Yeah.
No offense to you French people. But
I don't know. I guess it just sounds too much like the video game Ragnarok. And
I'll take your word for it.
Where it sounds similar, I thought maybe there was some sort of pronunciation there that could be different. You never know.
I'm going with Ragnow.
Ragnow?
Yeah.
Sounds funnier. So we're going to see them probably bring out the punting unit here.
That's my thought.
And move the ball over preemptively, although considering who the head coach is, I wouldn't be shocked if we see them go for a run play here.
He's still on the sidelines.
Yeah, and he does not, and he looks in pain there. So they have his name spelled correctly in the subtitles, which is funny. But yeah, that pain in the back there. Hopefully he's not out for multiple games, because if they advance, they might need him.
So where that was looked like a potential. It could just be a meniscus, but it looked like a
MCL.
An MCL on that right knee.
Yeah, well, hopefully it's just a strain and not a tear. That's your biggest worry.
Well, having had all of them.
Yeah, well, I think you've had pretty much everything under the sun.
Punt back, fair caught at the 7-yard line, so the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will take over with about a minute and a half to go.
Oh, Roger Goodell's up in the, is that him with Shannon Sharp?
Looks like it.
Okay. They're saying Shannon's there in the Lions jersey. Did he ever play for the Lions, or is he just a fan of the Lions at this point?
I don't think he did.
I was going to say, at least he isn't wearing the jersey of a team against the team that he played for, because I don't think he ever played for the Buccaneers either. So here we go. Take snap.
Oh, he did play for the Lions and the Bucks. Both.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. I think that's what they just said.
Okay. I will say, did you speak that into existence, the fact that they would be starting a drive from the 8-yard line earlier when we were talking about the 13?
Yes.
You were predicting that far in advance?
Yeah. That was an incomplete pass, so it will be a
2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Almost the same as the score, except for add 1. If they throw one more incompletion, it will be exactly what the score is. 3rd and 10. Here we go. And completed for
9 yards.
did they really give him 9? I thought that. Let's see.
Oh, he's over the line.
Yeah, that should be 10
That
at
should
least.
be 10.
Let's say, I mean.
Oh, they're trying to get it.
That's a long one, too. It's not even like it's a short one, but they run it with Mayfield, and he goes for a lot of yards. There we go.
I'm surprised the referees upstairs didn't stop that.
Go and review that one like they did the other one a few minutes earlier.
Well, they didn't do the other one. That's what I'm saying. That was Bowles that had called that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he had thrown the challenge flag. That's why they were talking about the 10-second runoff. Had it been...
And Tampa Bay called a timeout there after that one because he was apparently down in bounds. So they stopped the clock, 35 seconds. So if you're Tampa Bay, what do you call up for a play here to try and find that end zone?
You don't try to find the end zone here. You're looking for 3 points.
To find points, then, what do you look for here? If you're the Buccaneers coach, if you're Todd Bowles.
Let's see. Where are they? They're at about so you need about a 25-yard play here.
So do you go for one long play, or do you go for 2 shorter plays?
I'm going for 2 shorter plays.
Because I think you have time for 2, maybe 3 plays at most.
And by shorter, I mean 10-plus yards. So
Yeah.
There's one.
There's one, and that's going to get him to the 45.
And Evans is going to run out of bounds. I don't know if that was a good idea.
It stops the clock automatically. So.
Oh, I think it was a good idea to get out of bounds, but he's still had 27 seconds left. It wasn't like he was running out of time, and he still had room he could have gone.
Yeah.
Do they not have any timeouts left?
They got 2. They just used their first one.
Same play.
And
my goodness, that was a catch.
And he caught it.
At
okay,
the 1 yard line.
They're going to give him it at the 1?
Yeah.
I thought
great catch. Look at that.
Because he skids on his knee for like 2-3 yards. The question is,
was he out of bounds before that?
Yeah.
Did he step out of bounds before the catch?
Without stepping back in bounds. Yeah. Oh, I think Cam Sutton, I don't think he definitely didn't step out of bounds here.
No.
But his knee goes down at the 3 and he skids for 2 yards.
Yeah.
So this should be 1st and goal from the 3.
We'll see.
But Cam Sutton was in his face and making contact before the ball had even been thrown. I mean, again, they haven't called it all night, so I'm not going to be overly advocating to throw the DPI there. Okay, second timeout. There we go.
All right, so 1st down and goal. Now we're looking for a touchdown.
Yep. Since you got the field goal regardless if you don't get it in on this play. Now, the question is how many... You've got 1 timeout. Is it just 1 attempt at the end zone and then kick it?
Nope. No, you've got a 1st down. I think you can get 3 plays out of this.
You think even though you've got... Well, yes, if you're throwing it each time, you got 19 seconds.
Yeah.
And incomplete pass stops the clock, too.
Well, you've still got 1 timeout left. So
yeah.
You could even run one.
Yep. And they placed the ball at the 2, by the way.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, meet in the middle from where he ended his skid to where he started his skid.
All right. Mayfield's back in the shotgun, looking at the pad. Oh, look at that.
Cade Otten. Oh, there's a flag being thrown.
That's going to be offensive pass interference.
Is it? Or is it going to be roughing the passer?
No, that's going to be Otten.
Okay.
Otten pushed off.
Let's see. 15 seconds on the clock, and we got a flag down.
We'll see if they call that, but that looked like Otten.
They threw a flag for something, so. So what is the penalty if he did push off here?
Pass interference. Oh, no.
No foul for offensive pass interference. So he threw the flag thinking they saw pass interference and then decided not to pursue it.
You know why? Because it was within that first 5 yards, which would have even been in the end zone. I mean, 3 yards. That's right.
Yeah.
It's 3 yards in the NFL. It used to be 5 yards. But.
So you can't pass interfere as an offensive player within the first 3 yards?
Right.
That seems like a stupid rule for this kind of end zone type situation. But there we go. It's going to be a 10-10 game at halftime. Hopefully this goes a little bit better than the last 10-10 game.
We still got 15 seconds left. What are you talking about?
Okay, unless your name is Dan Campbell, you're not getting points out of 15 seconds here. Or Patrick Mahomes, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, and granted, Dan Campbell's the one getting the ball back here with 15 seconds. Now, if you're Detroit, or if you're Tampa Bay, do you kick it short to try and force Detroit to run some of the clock off with a run back, potentially? Or no, they're just going to fair catch it because it's not a punt.
Right. It's going to be through the end zone.
Yeah.
Well, actually, they may do a squib kick here.
Yeah, a squib kick to try and force them to kind of field it inbounds.
Right.
And run a little bit of the time off the clock. Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
So because the kick involves a change of possession, that's going to stop the clock automatically at the end of the kick, regardless of whether they get out of bounds or not, right?
Correct.
Okay, just wanted to make sure I've got my timing on when the clock actually stops is more important towards the end of the game, but hey, you know what? Points here could make the difference at the end of the game. Because for all we know, they could go for no points the rest of the game after this. I mean, Houston did it last night. They went no points after halftime. I thought he was trying to kick a field goal there. Which I always find it funny that they can kick the, on the kickoffs, they almost get it through the upright from well further than they ever do it on the actual kick attempts.
Yeah.
And it's like, could they not? It feels like they should be able to kick it that far. If you can kick it off
they're
that
just
far.
going into...
Yeah, they're just going to knee it and go to half.
Yeah.
Right now was in there and did the snap. So.
Did he really?
Yeah, he was the center there and he did the snap. So, going to halftime.
That's good to see. I really thought he was going to be out.
Yep. So, there we go. So, we've gone to halftime. And who got the ball to start game? Do you remember?
One of these two teams.
I'm assuming that too. I'm assuming it wasn't Kansas City.
I think it was Detroit.
All right. So, third quarter. I give the teams their timeouts back, and then we can figure out what we want to do to fill time for halftime.
Any raids?
I mean, we could go and try and raid somebody with all 3 viewers we got. But nobody's raided yet. I mean, halftime's only literally just starting.
No, I meant anybody that we know and love that sends people to us to raid.
Yeah. I don't know if... I haven't seen anybody coming through yet.
Is he broadcasting?
Oh, yeah. He's doing every playoff game.
Okay.
Yeah, Tom's doing every playoff game. He had 51,000 people on his stream last night for the Green Bay game.
Really?
Yeah, 51,000.
Just ahead of you or just behind you?
I wasn't streaming it.
Oh, okay.
I only streamed the early game yesterday, and I was tired. But, yep.
That's the difference between you doing it part-time and him doing it full-time.
Well, and it's his sport. For me, that would be the Daytona 500 that might get that kind of reception.
Yeah.
Or the NASCAR championship game, if people actually started caring about that.
We're getting there.
Yeah. The problem is that half the fan base doesn't care about the championship race for the championship 4.
Yeah.
But,
No, I meant we're getting there with NASCAR.
Yep. So, here we go. Let's see. So, I mean, I think we pretty much... let's see. Gonna pull the graphic back up here for the bracket so we can kind of predict what we think the Super Bowl matchup's going to be, although I think we probably both have a pretty similar thought on that one.
No.
No?
I don't think so. Because you got Buffalo going through this week.
Yeah, we might not have an exactly same bracket, but I think we got the same 2 teams at the end.
Well, no, because if... Well, yeah, okay.
Because
if you think Buffalo's going to lose to the Ravens...
I could see Buffalo losing to the Ravens.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Ravens 49ers is a very real possibility.
Me too.
And so we already know Baltimore beat Houston and San Fran beat Green Bay. So I think Lions probably can finish off this game, although they are, it is a tie game right now, so it could go either way.
It could go either way.
But I think the Lions do have the better team.
Me too, but Tampa's been pretty hot the end of the season, and they've knocked off some big teams.
And they've stayed in this one so far. They haven't let it get away already.
And that's what I was saying at the beginning of this game, is whichever team I think lets the other team get more than a 7-point lead, I think the game is over.
Because then you'll just see that, because both these teams are pretty good at running the football and can just fall back on the run down that clock, and run them out of time. So
that's the only way I see this game going to more than a 10-point victory, is if one of the teams gets a bigger lead to start this second half.
Yep. All right, and then we already know what your thoughts are on the Buffalo-Kansas City game. You think Kansas City's got that one pretty well in hand?
I wouldn't say pretty well in hand, but I do have them picked to win it, even though I don't think they're the better team this year. I think Buffalo has been the better team. I just don't have the faith in. I just don't have the faith that Buffalo can pull off a win in this game.
Even though you think they've got the better team, they've got the home field advantage,
Yep.
and so do you think Kansas City's just going to magically find people who can catch the ball in the audience and bring them out?
No, I just think that Mahomes is a much more not seasoned quarterback, but a much more playoff-driven quarterback.
He does have one more season under his belt than Allen. He was drafted the year before. Josh Allen. He was drafted in 2017. And hey, Jimmy, how's it going? So yeah, I mean, I'm seeing some snow flurries in that air. Although Chiefs, it's gonna be nothing compared to what they played in last week.
Yep.
But there's Mahomes walking into the stadium looking pretty cool. But I don't know. We got a raid. Okay, Jimmy's from a raid. Not sure who it is. And say, Jimmy, are you the person raiding? Because if so, cool. Thank you. Let's see. All right. So, welcome. So, yeah, we're talking about the, okay, we are starting to see this one's, okay, Cerebral Palsy Gamer is raiding us again, so. All right, cool. Well, thank you to Cerebral Palsy Gamer for this one. So, we're starting to see a little bit more of a spread on that poll as well for this game. Lions by 7 is still leading by a significant margin.
Hey, you guys that are here for halftime, go in and do the poll so we can see where you think this game's headed.
Yeah, and where it's a tie game, I mean, I don't think the score of the game is actually going to skew it any.
Nope.
Which is always kind of the weird thing when people go and place votes during the game. Like, I mean, I'll see people come in and vote right within like the 2-minute warning of the game, and it's like, well, yeah, obviously the score is probably going to end up that way.
Jimmy, thanks for joining us.
Yep. Thank you for hanging out with us. So, but yeah, I think whichever team though, Buffalo or Kansas City, whichever one goes to Baltimore next week,
yep,
that is gonna be a game of all time, for sure. Not sure if it'll be a greatest game of all time, but it will be a game of all time.
It will be a game of all time. I believe that.
Now,
and I think it's going to be.
I will say, Josh versus Lamar could actually be a cool one because that's two quarterbacks who were drafted in the same draft class too. So both from that 2018 draft class, and ironically, Baker Mayfield was picked before both of them.
Yep.
Because Mayfield was the first overall pick that year.
Right.
So. You think the Browns wish they could have that pick back?
I think yes. But
and then they'd probably still pick Josh Rosen in hindsight?
Or they'd have traded him before he really
got
had
good.
the chance to get good.
Yeah, kind of like what they did with Baker, because Baker's starting to look pretty good now, too.
Baker's actually turned into a... I mean, he was never a bad quarterback,
yeah.
But he really got a bad rap in that first year.
Yeah.
And he just never had the chance.
So, I think we both think San Fran's making it to the Super Bowl at this point, though. Because I think no matter which team advances from this game, I think the thought process is that Buccaneers, Lions, neither one of these teams necessarily have the firepower to go up against the Niners. At the very least, I don't think they have the depth to keep up with the Niners because the Niners play a very physical brand of football.
I don't think they have the offense, and I don't think they have the defense. Either team to beat San Fran.
I think the Lions are a lot closer than the Buccaneers are, but
I would agree. But the Buccaneers actually have the momentum on their side right now.
Yeah.
So.
And where neither one of these teams is necessarily blowing the other one out. I mean, maybe if we see one of these teams go and start blowing the other person out in the second half, maybe we could see that one. But so we think it's going to be San Fran, and then we have a different AFC Championship game prediction for the two of us. We think Buffalo versus Kansas City is pretty split. So, do we think either of those teams, Kansas City or Buffalo, do we think either one of them can beat the Ravens right now?
Honestly, I think either of them could beat the Ravens.
Okay, you think either one could beat the Ravens?
But I don't think they will.
Because I haven't seen a weakness out of that Ravens team all year. I mean, the only weakness would be potentially that the Ravens are too rested, but I think if that was a problem, they would have shown it last night, not tonight, or not next week.
Yeah, I heard that argument, too rested, and I'm like, I don't think that's really a thing in the NFL.
Well, too rested if you overlook your opponent and you were already game planning for either Kansas City or Buffalo at the end of the regular season. Or in week 18.
I would hope not, but...
Yeah, I would hope not, too, but I mean, we actually had confirmation from the... from Kyle Shanahan that he started prepping for Jordan Love in the second quarter of the Dallas game between Dallas and Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Man, because Green Bay was blowing him out and he didn't see any chance of a comeback, so he started already game planning for Jordan Love at that point. He almost had to come right back to bite him, but they ended up winning by, I think it was 16 points at the end of the game.
Yeah.
So we think it's going to be a Baltimore versus Green Bay, or not Baltimore, Green Bay, Baltimore, San Fran Super Bowl.
That's the way I think it's going, because I don't see Kansas City beating Baltimore probably, but...
The thing is, I don't know if...
Notice how I slipped that one in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But, and that's the same thing, I don't know if whichever team, though, gets there, it feels like, especially if it's Bills-Baltimore, it feels like it's going to be an offensive game with not a ton of defense from either side. Because
for what?
If it's Buffalo versus Baltimore, because both teams feel like they're very
I thought you were at the Super Bowl.
No.
I was going to say, I think San Fran would have... defense would have something to say about that.
Well, that's kind of my point, though, is that if I'm right on my AFC Championship game,
yep.
I think those two teams are entirely offensive momentum, and San Francisco's typically pretty good at stopping out momentum, although they lost to the Ravens in their earlier matchup.
Right.
As long as they don't throw 4 interceptions, that game probably is pretty close and competitive. But I think that whichever team gets there, it's going to be about making sure that you have depth in terms of options, because I think the San Fran defense is going to wear out most of your starters pretty quickly. And you're going to have depth, or you're going to have people who can handle a physical game. Because Stephon Diggs might not be enough to carry you through the San Francisco 49ers. Travis Kelce might not be enough to carry you through the 49ers defense. Mm-hmm. Not by himself, at least. Maybe if Rashee Rice starts really turning it on, which for the Chiefs, he actually has looked pretty good in the last couple of games. And then for the Ravens, you got to have more than just Lamar, because Lamar is going to get tired if he's trying to run the ball and throw it. And catch it himself, too, probably.
Yeah, he would do that.
Yep, he would. So, yeah, I think if it does end up as a Baltimore-San Francisco Super Bowl, do you see any way that it isn't a San Francisco winning the Super Bowl?
It's not that I don't see a way, but it would be a very slim path to victory, I think, for Baltimore.
Yeah. And again, it would just come down to, that endurance in that second half. You'd either have to build a lead in the first half and not let it up, or you'd have to be able to keep fighting all the way through.
And I do think it would have to be a steady dose of Jackson.
Yeah. Considering you can't even name probably the rest of the players on that team.
What team is it?
Baltimore. But, yep, so they're talking with Dan Campbell during halftime. All right, let's see, who were even their other leading players? We know we talked about, Dalvin Cook going over to the Ravens, but let's see, who were their ball catchers?
He definitely has that Stone Cold Steve Austin look.
Yep, but, so they had Justice Hill, Gus Edwards, and Dalvin Cook running the ball yesterday, aside from Lamar. And then Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, and Isaiah Likely. Now, one name I will mention that we haven't seen play in a while is Mark Andrews. He was activated off the IR this past week, but they opted not to play him in the game. And we're kicking off in the third quarter here.
And they haven't actually said whether he's playing this week yet or not. Have they?
Their game was yesterday.
I mean...
next week. I think they'll make that decision. Yeah. I think they're going to wait and make that decision probably Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
I think is when they would make that call.
But I think the fact that they pulled him back off the IR is pretty good sign.
Yeah, the fact that they activated him is a very good sign, and I think they mostly just rested him to make sure that he wasn't going to go out and immediately re-injure himself in a game against Houston. Not to mention Isaiah Likely is a very good number 2 tight end to have. Honestly, I think he could be a starting tight end on almost any of the teams in the NFL, aside from maybe Chiefs and Baltimore.
All right, Detroit's rushing 3. And short pass over the middle. Godwin picks up 12 yards. And for the first down on the first play of the second half.
All right, so first play of that second half, and Tampa Bay trying to show a little bit of life here. Let's see. It's been an even game so far, and certainly looking forward to an even game throughout here. 6-5. Oh, and
rush up
the snap.
Rush up the middle for about 4 yards.
Rashad White getting some, a bit of a power move there.
Maybe
going
5 yards for the 42-yard line. 43-yard line.
Yep.
So that would be 5, yep. So second down and 5.
So here's a question. For some of these teams that have a really good running back, is it possible to do the tush push with your running back as the star of it?
Yeah.
So
it just takes a while to get the running back up there. That's the only problem.
Well,
you mean
if you direct snap him?
Oh yeah, yeah, you could do that. Another rush right up the middle.
And Rashad White. Did he fumble that, or is he down? That was dangerously close though. That was very early to be letting the ball out, because he definitely let that one escape. But here we go. They're showing the replay. Handoff to White. But yeah, he was definitely down beforehand. Let's see. Oh yeah, definitely down. Yeah, but that ball didn't. He wasn't down for long before that ball popped out.
That was a 14-yard run though.
Yeah, and you don't see that very often.
He almost dropped that one on the handoff in the backfield.
Yep. And that's kind of the danger is if you're threatening those. Don't want to give your coach a heart attack on the sideline.
Picked up a yard there. Oh my goodness, that was awful.
Yeah, he bobbled it trying to receive the handoff like that, and it's like, yep, nope, that ain't good. So here we go. Let's see. If you're the Buccaneers here, is there any reason not to just call a pass play? Because I think that the Lions at this point have seen you run it 2, 3, 4 times in a row.
You also pulled Godwin out, so.
Yeah, well, I guess it depends, but you got Mike Evans back there.
5-yard pass, looked like.
Yeah, looks like
5
it.
or 6.
Depending on the spot of the ball there. Third down. But yeah, I mean, Mike Evans, he will find a way to. He'll receive for 1,000 yards no matter who throws him the football. I think you could throw him the football for an entire season and he would end up at 1,000 rushing or receiving yards.
And I can't throw a football.
In fact, I think you could do it with Zach Wilson as his quarterback.
3rd and 4. I knew where you were going, so I wanted to.
Yeah, you wanted to cut me off before I got to Zach Wilson's name.
3rd and 4. Oh, it's a rush. Oh, you can't get sacked there.
And that's a deep sack,
That's a deep
9-yard loss. Aiden Hutchinson on the sack here. Let's see. watch number 97 here.
I mean, he was on the outside of...
No blocking.
He was on the outside of field goal. Yeah, but Mayfield should have picked that up.
Yeah.
I mean, all you had to do was step up.
Yep.
One step forward, and he would have missed you. He never picked it up.
Now we got another weird C name in the backfield getting ready to kick this one for, this time it's for the Buccaneers, not the weird C name we saw for the Lions.
Yep. Number 5, Camerata's going to be punting away here. They were on the verge of field goal range there.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were on the outside of it.
Oh yeah, I think they were on the outside,
but
flag down on the punt.
Oh boy, what's the flag for? Did they rough the kicker or something? Because that would be really bad. Because isn't roughing the kicker an automatic first down for the kicking team?
It was on the receiving team. What was it? Hands to
blocking
the face?
The back.
Blocking the back. Okay.
Number 19, half the distance of the goal line, first down. So it's first down Lions. Because yeah, if you rough that kicker, it's an automatic first down for the originally kicking team. Right?
It's a 15-yard penalty, an automatic first down, I believe.
Yeah, so the kicking team would then get a fresh set of downs instead of having to kick it away on
unless it was a minor penalty, because there is a minor roughing the kicker. It's a 5-yard penalty.
Okay.
Basically, it's if the back leg is planted and there's contact with the front foot.
All right. So, third quarter of play. This game actually feels like it's been going by at a pretty good pace. Got still about an hour and a half before the Kansas City Buffalo game.
Well, that raid helped because the halftime went by pretty quickly too.
Yeah. Well, halftime has been feeling like it's been going by pretty quick. This year.
I wonder if they cut it back this year.
The Super Bowl halftime is going to be the fun one because that's going to be a while, probably.
It's always a while.
Yeah, it's usually a musical artist I have no care for, and I don't even know who's doing it this year. Let me see if it's announced yet, unless you know off the top of your head, because you're a fangirl of whoever's doing it.
Easy. Don't help me here on.
I don't even know who it is, so I don't even know who I'd be saying you're a fangirl of. Here we go. Super Bowl 2024 halftime show. All right,
Performer.
let's see. Usher.
No, I'm not a fan. I'm definitely not a fangirl.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even. I'm sure I've heard of him, but
he's a rapper.
I just don't know if I can tell you a single song of his though. Although I will say I would be shocked if Taylor Swift doesn't end up playing it eventually, assuming that she and Travis stay together.
Yeah.
Although, honestly, Swiftie Nation could probably pack out whatever stadium they end up doing it in.
Yes, they pack out multiple stadiums every
night of the week. They can pack out a random stadium in Kansas. They could hold it in the middle of nowhere with no warning, and they would back out 100,000. And incomplete pass on first attempt there for Detroit.
From the 15-yard line, so we'll be going second down and 10 here.
Yep. So second and 10. So let's see. What's the goofball going to do this time? Drops back, looking. Oh, he evades pressure and just throws it away.
Well, it's a good thing he threw it away because
I thought for a moment he might have been trying to throw it to Montgomery there. And it's like, he's got a defender right there, which could be bad. Especially if you're not really looking at where you're throwing it. Alright, so that's not who we thought we were going to see out with a knee injury.
Yeah, number 73, Jackson, out with a knee injury for Detroit.
And Ragnow is under center.
Yep.
Because I thought maybe he might have just been out there because it was the snap to go to halftime. They weren't going to do anything, so he didn't need to block with all the pressure.
It's a first down and more. Oh, there's a flag down now.
For Josh Reynolds on it, but what's the penalty going to be here? Because that was a late flag, too.
Chop block.
Chop block.
Yeah, that's what I think he called. That's what
Personal foul.
Yep, chop block.
Yeah, offensive number 5, so.
Yeah. So basically, he hit him below the knee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
He did.
Oh, and he probably could have gotten face mask on somebody else there, too, on the O-line.
3rd down and 17. Not a good way to start for Detroit.
Yep, 3rd and 17. And you erased your one positive play that you had going for you. Takes the snap, drops back, fires, and finds Laporta for a short gain.
Yeah,
but
basically just got himself some yardage so he can
punt without being in the end zone.
Well, he'll be in the end zone, but he won't be he won't be near the back of the end zone.
You sure? I think he might be on like the 1 or 2 yard line for the punter.
Yeah, he will be.
And number 83 out there getting ready to receive the kick.
So he's right on the 1 yard line.
And I will say the Lions aren't playing out of their mind like they sometimes have done, because they've done some weird ones where they will go and for it on like, I think they went for it on 4th and like 20 earlier this year.
Depends on where you are
on the field and in the game,
in the game.
Yeah.
There you go, Talladega Nights.
Yeah, that one's on Peacock.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High and Happy Gilmore. You got some good movies on Peacock right now.
Yeah, so if anyone went and bought Peacock for the Peacock exclusive game last week.
Yeah. I don't think Peacock's going to be, or NBC's going to be sponsoring us anytime soon, though.
Why not? I mean, hey, I'm covering the NASCAR season. They have half the NASCAR season.
No, I meant for this game.
Oh, yeah, they aren't sponsoring us for this game. Nope.
No. Since they're broadcasting it. Did you pick up yoga or?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Read the chat message. I'm trying to figure out what he's trying to say, because
Who is that?
Iran.
Is it anyone you know?
No, no idea. Shit. He was hanging out in stream yesterday too. But yeah, he was hanging out in here yesterday too. But yeah,
I don't know, but he's handcuffed in his house anyway.
House arrest?
Must be.
Huh. Alright. So yeah, they're showing off another ad for something probably Peacock exclusive.
Peacock exclusive, that means not going to last a year? Is that what the
Not
definition
necessarily,
of
but probably
means?
I will say, I think still my favorite thing on Peacock for content is definitely American Ninja Warrior. Although it's not exclusive to Peacock, it's also on NBC still.
Yeah.
And love the cartoon here.
Yeah.
Like, this is how you do cartoons well.
Yeah.
Hey, NBC, maybe you can share some of this information with Fox for the NASCAR season, because the cartoons Fox uses are garbage for the NASCAR season. Like, give me Kyle Busch in a Darth Vader costume. Come on, that would be good.
All right, so Tampa's taking over 1st and 10 at their own, not their own,
at their own 40-yard line here.
Oh, nice hit in the backfield.
Yeah, and contact in the backfield there. That's gonna be what, a loss of how many yards?
Look like about 3.
Oh, no, they're gonna call that incomplete pass. Looks like.
Huh?
Oh no,
How
never
could
mind.
that be an incomplete
No, that's not an
pass?
incomplete pass. I was looking down at the thing and
Yeah.
it didn't show a play. It hadn't shown the loss of. Oh, yeah, loss of 4 yards. There
4
we go.
yards.
Guess it was still trying to catch up.
Almost 5, actually, by the looks of where they spotted it.
Yep.
So Baker back to pass. Pass is incomplete.
That was a dangerous throw. I thought that was gonna be I thought that was gonna just go in right to the defender's hands. 3rd and 14 here. Neither team seeming to come out in the halftime. Did they go and substitute out all these players with like random fans from the crowd?
All right, so Randy handcuffing me. Is he talking to Random?
No idea. I mean, Random hasn't popped up in the chat for like an hour. I mean, and I say it's certainly possible that Random's still hanging out in chat, but
all right, Baker's back for the pass again. 3rd and 14, way beyond the Mike Evans. So it will be 4th and 14. Tampa's going to have to punt it away, and the punting unit is coming on.
Yep. So
I don't know what this throw was intended to be, but it wasn't even close.
I think he was intending for Evans to get a little bit more separation downfield, but he got caught up with the defender.
Yeah.
And I think that's exactly what happened.
Yeah,
it was overthrowing it, and you don't want to throw it right into the contested catch there.
No, I think you're right. I think that was after I saw the replay.
Yeah. Here we go.
And the punt is up.
Oh, and there's a
flag
flag
on that one.
Yeah. Say, is this going to be another illegal block in the back here? Let's see.
So the return was to the 31, so we'll see what the penalty is. Could be a motion penalty on, motion on the offense on the punting team.
All right. Which means that Detroit's going to get extra yardage tacked on, right?
Yeah, 5 yards.
5 yards added on from the spot of the kick, or from the spot of the return.
Yeah, to the 36. So 11-8. Yeah. Guess my dyslexia is kicking in. 8 minutes, 11 seconds left in the third quarter.
Yep.
Detroit will take over at their own 36. Randy's my sister's boyfriend. Okay. Nice talk.
Yep. So, they also
Road to WrestleMania. There we go. Royal Rumble.
Because that totally isn't scripted. More scripted than the NFL, at least. That's for sure.
Well, they script it with the players and the refs. I'm not sure the NFL does that yet, but the refs definitely are.
I think all they have to do is script it with the refs. They give the refs enough power to be able to alter the game's outcome regardless of what the players do 90% of the time.
They just try to keep it close.
Yep.
Drives me insane. Oh my, the cavemen are back.
Oh, yeah, the Geico caveman?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I've heard this ad like 7 times today while listening to podcasts at work.
I hadn't seen it. This is cool.
Yeah. Yeah. The caveman got a letter asking him if he wants to do another round of Geico commercials. Yeah, the audio is even better too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, can't wait.
Maybe the next time it.
Oh, he's been busy. Random's been busy for the past hour.
Yeah, no worries. I also know Random's not much of a football guy comparatively. He and I hang out and play Pokemon a lot. So that was the thing you mentioned earlier, was that he tried out the team yesterday that he and I had been building.
Team of what?
Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's that thing I don't get into.
Well, that's why I figured if I listed off any of the members of the team, you definitely wouldn't know what I was talking about.
Doesn't Random do racing too?
Nope.
No. I just hear you talk about him a lot.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's because he hangs out in my stream a lot.
Yeah. And talks.
Yep. So
all right, Baker's over on the sidelines, keeping his wide receivers in the game.
Fake the handoff.
Back to pass. Picks up 8 on the first down to St. Brown.
Yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown goes out of bounds, although I don't think it stops the clock because they're not within like 5 minutes. Because I think for whatever reason they don't stop the clock if you go out of bounds until the 5-minute mark. Which feels weird. It feels like it should stop the clock whenever you get out of bounds. I know that would probably slow the game down.
I think that's why they don't anymore.
Yep. 7-yard longest rush of the day. I want to know, is that Goff's longest run or the entire team's longest run?
This isn't going to be the longest run. He only got a yard out of that.
It might be the longest run time-wise.
Yeah. Well, the last six inches of that yard was going to be the longest run time-wise.
Yep.
3rd down and 1.
All right. So, tell me if I'm wrong here. I think you have Laporta go on a slant route just beyond the first down marker. You send 2 wide receivers, 2 of your fastest wide receivers down either sideline, trying to spread the defense out here.
Yep.
And there we go. You find not Laporta though. A different tight end there.
Oh.
To the 30, to the 25. Who is that? Right. There it is.
That was the right call.
Yeah, I was about to make the same joke there.
I saw it in your eye.
Yep.
I said, I'm stealing that one before you get that one started.
Yep. Trying to fill out his summer job applications for Random there. Unnecessarily hard and annoying. I think they make it hard and annoying that way as a minimum IQ test to make sure that you're smart enough to work.
Yeah.
To prove that you are actually learning something at school.
Oh, come on, get that yellow out. Late hit out of bounds. I know he started it inbounds, but then he pushed him when he got out.
Yeah, I don't have a flag to throw. Do the refs have an official merch store where I can get like a referee jersey and a flag to throw? That'd be funny if the refs actually had like an official store.
All right, 2nd down and 2.
Take snap, a quick throw over the sideline.
Oh, and he falls forward. Did he get it? I think they're gonna. It's gonna be close.
I think they're giving it to him.
Oh, injured player down for Tampa.
Tampa's got an injured player. Hopefully he's okay. Which player is it?
Number 0, Diaby.
Oh, that's the guy I said that I thought you named earlier. Yaya Dabi.
Oh.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, Dabi.
That was a nice play by.
So what happened to Dabi?
He was the tackler. It's that same tackle we've been seeing a lot this year, where they pull the guy down on top.
The hip drop tackle.
Yeah, the hip drop tackle.
Yeah,
I couldn't remember what they called it.
Yeah, I only remember it because they've been talking about potentially outlawing it.
Yeah. Well, I hadn't really seen it much until this year. I don't know if it's a new thing that they're teaching or what, but it definitely is. A lot of them this year, and a lot of injuries on them.
Just seems weird that the player doing the tackling was the one that got injured. Although
that's what happens on these hip drop tackles.
Because it seems like if it's injuring the defender, it seems like the defenders at some point would stop naturally.
You'd think so, but
now if it were only injuring the person getting tackled, then I could see them needing to outlaw it because there isn't a natural repercussion to the tackler who chooses to tackle that way. But yeah, no, that's weird. All right, so there we go. Got that pulled back up for you. Alright. So, and then we got some people doing ballet on ice for the Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even stand on ice.
Oh, no, figure skating championships. Yeah, coming out next week. Or, I say next week, starting tomorrow and going for like a week.
Yep. Must be getting ready for a Winter Olympics.
Is Winter Olympics happening next year?
I have no idea.
Or later this year, I guess, because technically it's 2024 already. The Olympics happen later this summer.
It would be hard to have a Winter Olympics in the summer.
No, the regular Olympics, though, are this summer. I know, because NASCAR's taking a 2-week break in the middle of the summer.
So it must be the Summer Olympics this year.
Well, don't they do the Summer and Winter Olympics same years now? Or is it just every 4 years offset by 2?
I think it's every 4 years offset by 2.
So, every 2 years you'll have some kind of Olympics.
Yeah, they used to do them both in the same year.
Well, no, it used to be that the Winter Olympics would be every 2 years, so you would every 2 years you would have an overlap. But then, because it was the Winter Olympics would host every 2 years. So in 2020, 2022, and 2024, there'd be Winter Olympics, and the Summer Olympics would only have happened in 2020 and 2024.
I think that was only because of COVID.
No, I thought that was how it happened before, like 2012, 2014, and then 2016 as well, as another example, because the 2020 Olympics didn't happen in 2020 either. Here we go. Pass play, though, to Amon-Ra. Yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown for a first down.
Another first down.
And it's going to be first and goal inside the 5.
Yep.
Here we go.
Detroit is challenging here.
Challenging what? Oh,
the Tampa Bay.
I thought it was like a challenge. I was going to say they shouldn't be challenging the spot of the ball here. Yeah, because I mean, if Tampa was challenging, I could maybe understand it, although that would be a waste of a challenge flag.
I thought it was inside the 5, though.
They're calling it at the 5, I guess. Maybe an inch before, but hand off up the middle to Montgomery, gets 4 yards. So it's at the 1.
Second and goal. Tush push?
Possibly.
Even though Detroit is not the town of brotherly shove?
Yep. The town of brotherly tush pushes.
Mm.
Although arguably, I'd say that Detroit's probably a friendlier... I don't know. Is Detroit a friendlier town than Philly is at this point?
1 yard. Why are you passing it? You've been very successful on the run.
Maybe because they thought that at the 1 yard line, people would be, Dan Skipper trying to make sure that he's reporting as eligible. You saw him with the rub in the shirt and then yelling screaming in the official's face, I am eligible.
Yeah, rubbing the official's face on his jersey.
Yep. Because he was actually the player who the refs accidentally announced as eligible on the infamous play now. And here we go.
Another one.
Another pass play.
That one was out of the end zone.
And that one was to Laporta.
Oh, I don't understand.
Now do you run it in or do you go for the points and take the lead on the kick?
I mean, if you're gonna run, I'd run it, but if you're gonna pass it again, I'd kick it. Because.
But which would you do though? Run or kick? Because we know pass you wouldn't do.
Right.
But which would you do? Run or kick at this point?
I would run, but I would have run 2 plays ago.
All right. Probability 69%. They're gonna go for it. And they're going to run it in. There we go. They got it in.
Touchdown, Detroit.
Yep. Josh Reynolds wears a different number, I thought.
That's not Josh.
It's a different Reynolds?
Chris?
Let's see. Number 13, Craig Reynolds.
Craig.
How many Reynolds does one team need? Alright, so home score goes up to 16 because they haven't done the kick yet. Now here's the question. Do they go for 2 here? If they do, they better run it, right? Not go for a pass play?
Well, they're evidently not.
Okay, no, there we go. That's the kickering unit. So there we go. It's 17 to 10. Wonder if that's going to be that could be the secret to the Bills game later. 17 throwing to 10. Because Khalil Shakir there has been a really useful weapon there for Josh Allen when Stephon Diggs has been covered.
Yep.
Especially last week against Pittsburgh. So, there we go. We got that. We got that game coming up later. And coming up in a couple of weeks, we got the LA Clash at the Coliseum. And,
back when we get some real exciting stuff going on in LA.
Yep. Now that there's nothing happening in LA for the rest of the year. Because the Rams are out.
Yep.
Not that the Rams were an overly interesting thing happening in LA. But they were probably the most exciting thing comparatively. Because the Chargers certainly weren't the exciting thing.
Oh, Thursday night.
Chicago?
Yeah, they moved all the Chicagos to Thursday night from Wednesday.
Oh, are they still 3 different series, or did they merge them into one series?
No,
I thought they merged them into one.
I don't think so. No, they do a lot.
Okay.
They do crossovers between them. But.
Okay, because because I've been seeing all the advertising as one Chicago. But I guess it's still 3 series, and they just have a lot of crossover.
Yeah.
So
it's actually been one of the best series for first responders as far as longevity of a series and the fan base. I was actually questioning if Chicago PD was going to make it the first few years because I thought they took wrong tone, but seems like they did okay.
So, Clash of the Coliseum coming up. Are we going to do that one together potentially? Kick off the NASCAR season? Or is that going to be too late at night for you?
I don't know. When
is
it?
8 p.m. start time, the night of the Pro Bowl.
What day is that?
It's a Sunday.
What?
4th. February 4th.
February 4th. Potentially.
All right.
Have I ever broadcast a...
Talladega we did together.
Oh, that's right. We did Talladega together.
And the kick is away, and it will be Tampa Bay, and it's going to be a touchback. Now, the heat races, I'm trying to figure out when they are, because they're on the Saturday before. Trying to find the TV schedule for that one. There's also NASCAR Mexico Series happening on Sunday.
Oh, Ragnar
as well.
got hit in the other knee this time.
Is he going to have a knee left at the end of this game?
Well, no, because he only has 2, and he got hit in both now.
Yeah, but I mean, that first knee seemed like it was usable.
Oh, Detroit.
Oh, we got a flag flying in.
Detroit offsides.
And say they got the tackle down, but I think that's probably coming back.
Sutton.
Yeah, Cam Sutton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He made it to the backfield before the quarterback did. Watch this. Oh, it wasn't Sutton that did it.
It was Brian Branch, and
Yeah.
I don't. He definitely took one. That last step was just a little too far. So 1st and 5.
Nice pass. Oh, I don't know. Oh, they got a flag for something.
That's it. What's the flag for?
I don't know, but I don't know if he actually caught that and dropped it, or
Because that was a... Oh, and we got an injured Buccaneer down. Who was that? Number 1? Is that Rashad White? If it's number 1, it is, but... Couldn't tell the jersey number because there were too many people standing over him making sure he's okay, which is obviously more important than us seeing the jersey number.
All right, let's see. Holding on the defense.
So
Prior to the pass.
Automatic first down.
On Malifonwu.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Yep. Was he trying to win a Scrabble game with that one, or what?
Oh, yeah, he was holding his hand.
Yep. Getting a little too friendly with the receiver there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the heat races on Saturday night start at 8:30 at night for the heats.
On Saturday night?
Yeah, Saturday night, the night before the Clash.
Yeah.
Because that's when they'll be qualifying. And then they have the LCQ and then the Mexico series.
Probably not doing the heat races
on
then.
Sunday. Well, nobody will be eliminated by that point. So, yeah, winner plays Niners in the NFC Championship game.
All right, 1st down and 10.
Hand off to number 22, and I think it was Rashad White that went down with an injury because that's a different running back in there.
Yeah, that's Thomas.
Yep. So, you got
Thomas. Oh, Edmonds. Sorry. I can't
Chase
read.
Edmonds, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to read his name on the back, and somehow I got Thomas out of that.
Yep.
All right, so 2nd down and 6. Mayfield from the
Fakes the handoff really well there.
Oh, nice pass.
Yeah, he got the entire defense off there.
Yeah.
Brian Branch making the stop, but not before getting the first down. Not Detroit, but first down Tampa Bay. So here we go. Let's see.
So no tourney this week?
Hmm?
Random.
Oh, yeah, we didn't end up getting to it last night because I fell asleep before the tournament was supposed to happen.
That's funny because Mom asked me what you were doing, and I said, "Well, I hear something on, but I think I also hear snoring." I said he's supposed to have a Pokemon at some point tonight.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if the guys are on after the Bills game, I'll do an impromptu one.
How did he do that? And they called that a catch?
Are you kidding me? What?
Did you see Baker Mayfield bounce off like 6 defenders?
No, I was watching the receiver with like 2 guys in his face. It looked like.
What?
I guess it was only one guy right there. But
He
still,
did get both feet down.
Yeah. And then he goes into the crowd pretty much, or at least the crowd of people on the sideline.
But the big play was Mayfield.
Yeah, Mayfield.
Because Mayfield looked like he was going to get sacked and just bounced off from them.
Yep. Oh,
1st and 10.
Guess that's the benefit to going and making your QB out of rubber.
Another pass to...
Can I just ask?
What?
Who was supposed to be guarding him? Because there wasn't
evidently nobody in blue.
Because there was not a defender within like 5 yards of him in either direction. Like, it was 6 yards in front of him, 7 yards behind him. And why didn't they even touch him while he was down? Like,
because no one was close enough.
Just go and dive to try and at least get a hand on him to down him via contact.
First down and 10 from the 12-yard line.
Yeah. Essentially a 1st and 12.
Oh, incomplete pass.
I was gonna say, did number 6 there think he had gotten the interception there or something?
No, he was thinking it might have been a backwards pass, which would have been a fumble.
That definitely went forward.
Yes. He probably couldn't see that.
Okay.
And it was close.
It was?
Yeah.
It looked like it was 2 yards ahead.
That's
2 or 3 yards ahead.
It was probably 2 yards ahead, but it was still in the backfield, so.
Looked like line of scrimmage. But regardless, it wasn't. It's an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 here for the Buccaneers. 24 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Dropping back, looking, scrambles, another fake throw and just throws it away. Oh, I thought that was about to be picked.
I think he might have actually gotten that away. Let's see.
Well, he definitely got it away.
Before he went down?
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay.
I just thought he was throwing it to a defender there. Oh, wait. No intentional grounding. Okay, good.
Yeah, because there was a receiver in the area.
Yeah. Was there? Oh, yeah, there was a receiver.
That was really close to his shin being down.
Oh, actually, yeah, he might be.
He's down. If they
no,
they're not going to challenge that.
Review it.
That might be the worst move that Detroit has made right there. Was no challenge on that.
Yep. Although, I mean, well, I guess, yeah, because the ball hadn't left his hand yet, so it could still be down, even though he was clearly throwing a pass.
Right. But
the
ball has to be out of his hand.
Okay, is this a replay of that throwaway, or is this going to be a replay of the touchdown here? Okay, this is the touchdown that they're showing. And, yeah, that was a good play there.
Yeah. Baker Mayfield to Rashad White, 12-yard touchdown pass.
Now, I'm assuming I know the answer. Okay, yeah, they're going to kick it. Would you have kicked it to tie it up versus trying to go for the 2-point conversion to take the lead?
3rd quarter, yes.
And put that extra pressure on Detroit to go for it later?
If this were the same time in the 4th quarter, I definitely would have gone for the 2 points.
That way they would have to go for it to answer you with your next touchdown,
well,
right?
There's only 10 seconds left.
Well, that too. Because you don't want to go to... So you wouldn't want to go to overtime?
No, not if you're the home team. You want to go for the win.
You mean the away team?
No, Detroit.
Oh, you would want to try and go for the win if you're Detroit?
Yeah, because they're the home team.
Okay. What's the disadvantage or whatever for the home team going to overtime?
No disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
The advantage is to them in their home stadium being able to score the 2-point conversion.
Ah, yep.
The percentage is pretty high on 2-point conversions in your home stadium.
Yep. Oh, maybe that's the problem. They weren't in Detroit when they tried the 2-point conversion that got called as an ineligible man downfield.
I don't know what they were thinking there, though.
Yeah, without the challenge.
Challenging that.
I mean, in the moment, but Campbell should have somebody on the sidelines with an iPad that could have seen the replay and made it like, okay, yeah, there's a good challenge.
He had 7 out of his 11 players out there telling him, doing the throwing the flag thing, because they were watching it on the screen.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness. Coaching blunders. I don't get it.
Well, I mean, it gives a little bit more fuel to the Detroit fans that I saw saying to fire their head coach earlier after the failed 2-point conversion attempt that cost them the game. The one that we've been talking about a lot.
Yeah.
After that game, I saw a lot of people calling to fire the head coach. And
well, I mean, you're not going to see Detroit's coach being fired after a season like this, but on this. But I mean, that was definitely poor game management. Right there.
Yep. Well, let's see if Detroit can go and answer them back here.
Tie ball game, 17-17.
And we're entering the fourth quarter is what this commercial break here is for. So I'm going to go ahead and actually flip it over this time. Rather than figuring it out 10 minutes into the fourth quarter.
It's pretty good, though. Good game, 17-17 with a quarter to go.
Yep. And I say, it's a lot closer because the problem with the biggest problem with the Baltimore game and why it was so boring at the end was that Baltimore was literally just trying to drain the clock to make sure that Houston wouldn't get a chance to try and tie the game back up. From about the middle of the third quarter, they were trying to drain the clock, which was very unentertaining because it's like, yep, pass over the middle. Lamar, take it for 20 yards. Pass over the middle. Lamar, take it for 15 yards. There was a lot of Lamar running.
Yes, 100 yards.
Yep.
108. Something like that. 103?
It was 100 flat.
Oh, 100 flat?
Yeah, 100 flat. You had it right on the first time.
No.
I know, rare. Very rare for you to have it right on the first time.
Yeah, it's very rare that I didn't shut up.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, definitely getting ready for Olympics of some sort. Now we got swimming.
Yeah, Summer Olympics
track and field.
Yeah,
basketball.
Summer Olympics are this summer, so yeah. They're no doubt getting ready for the Olympics. And yeah, it's like, when it comes to auto racing, IndyCar is the one that I know absolutely will never overlap with the Olympics. One of their primary commentators is also the primary track and field commentator for the Olympics. NBC uses the same guy for both, although NBC wouldn't want to have any sport competing with the Olympics anyway.
No.
Which I still think that's the prime window for what could have been the SRX to go and SRX show up, compete during the
Olympics.
During the Olympics for the motorsport dedicated fans while they're deprived of their primary interest. Try and hook them for those 2 weeks and then keep them. But they aren't even having a season this summer.
Yeah.
The SRX is shut down for the year. And here we go.
Goff back to pass.
Finds some Gibbs. And goes for about
18?
Yeah, something like that. Depending on where they spot the ball. Because the ball was back by his hips when he went down. He didn't go and even attempt to reach it over his head for some extra yardage.
First down and 10.
So, in terms of head coaches, where do we think Jim Harbaugh is going to land? Do we think he goes to LA?
Michigan.
What, you don't want to see him in the NFL?
Not again.
Because he's had some interviews already.
I know. Another good pass.
He's done everything he can, really, in college football, aside from winning multiple national championships. Aside from trying to win, like, the most national championships of any head coach, which that's a very hard record for him to hit. Versus there's a lot of things he hasn't accomplished in the NFL.
They missed a pass in there.
Yep.
Who's being carted off?
Number 28. Who dat?
28 for Tampa Bay being carted off.
That is That is a practice squad player, I believe. Yep, wide receiver Cephas Johnson III.
Okay, that did not look like him.
He's number 28.
Touchdown, Detroit.
Yep, there we go. Touchdown to Gibbs. And that's going to be Detroit taking the lead here. There we go. Alright, it's 5:30, so I'm going to go ahead and start getting the stuff set up for the next stream while you take the next drive, I guess.
Okay.
Well, although I think we're going to go to a commercial break probably in between drives.
Really? You think NBC will take the opportunity to make some money in between
drives?
Hey,
better than what Fox does with the Daytona 500. We're going to take the opportunity during the first lead change of the day to go and throw in a commercial break. Oh, and we'll do it during the second lead change too. Like, that's the reason people are watching.
Why are we frozen here?
Peacock, probably.
So the extra point was good.
Was it?
That's what it says.
Okay. I was saying, because... Oh, yep, there's the app completely crashing. Oh, it's good, it's not good, it's good, it's not good.
It's good.
No, I'm talking about the TV.
Oh, no, that's not good.
So, yep, the app completely crashed. Yay. Luckily, we're going to... It was probably going to commercial break after the extra point anyway, so...
Yeah.
So, Jim Harbaugh, I guess we'll talk a little bit more about that, or do you have absolutely nothing else you want to say about it, aside from you want him back at Michigan?
I want him back at Michigan. I just don't think he hasn't shown that he can be a good NFL coach, so...
You don't think... Because I can see him going to someone like the Chargers who have a good core already around him, where he's got some good receivers, he's got a franchise quarterback. Because what was his previous head coaching tenure? Because I know he was in the NFL, but I don't know what kind of situation he was in. Like, did he have any players around him, or what did he have for players?
I don't remember.
Watch, this will be like the one time that they didn't go and go to commercial or something. But no, it looks like they did go to commercial, so. So we've already talked about Belichick to Atlanta, we think is probably the move.
Most likely.
Antonio Pierce did get hired as Vegas' head coach.
Yeah.
So, who do you think's next on the head coaching? Which head coach do you think's next? How about Vrabel? Where do you think Vrabel ends up? I mean, honestly, would he entertain the idea of a Tennessee interviewing him for a potential rehire?
I honestly thought he was going to go to New England,
but they hired
with him.
Well, apparently, supposedly, I don't know if you heard this, but apparently it was in Belichick's contract that the guy they named was going to take over for him when he left.
Oh.
It was actually something in Belichick's contract of he had already named. I don't know if it was they had named his successor or if he named him. But yeah, the player, new next head coach was already listed in his contract. So when he left, there shouldn't have been any question who was getting the job. But no one knew about it.
Well, they named him pretty quick.
Yep. So. Took about 13 hours?
Was it that long?
I don't know. Might have been 13 minutes for all I know.
I thought they announced it within like the hour.
I don't know. I thought we had like almost a full day to marinate on the idea that Vrabel could get the job.
I think it was like 2:00 that afternoon. After.
But yeah.
All right, Mayfield is in the backfield.
Could Vrabel go to Seattle since Pete Carroll's out?
He could.
Here we go. Oh,
Incomplete pass.
How do you drop that, Rashad?
You hit him in the hands.
Isn't that where you're supposed to hit him?
Yes.
Man. All right, so I'm gonna go start setting up for the.
He was looking downfield. He was looking downfield rather than looking the pass into his hands. That was the problem there.
All right. So
it's going to be 2nd down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Looks like a 4-man rush on the defense.
Throws out of a sack and attempted to get it to K. Doughton.
Another incomplete pass, so it'll be 3rd down and 10 from the 25. It's not a good response here from... Oh, JP is on.
Oh, there we go.
What's up?
Guess who I was just about to go text to see if he was if he was getting ready for the stream.
He was taking a nap.
So, JP, I already sent you the thumbnail if you want to use the same thumbnail I'm using. Or if you got your own thumbnail that you went and put together.
I have 2.
Thumbnail for the stream, not physical thumbnail. I didn't mail him a thumbnail. That'd be really creepy.
That would be creepy. Well, I don't know if that'd be creepy for JP or not.
No, for me sending him a thumbnail. If I was receiving a thumbnail from him, that'd be creepy.
Yeah, I could see JP getting thumbnails frequently in the mail. Yep.
Okay, so here we go. Kansas City.
That was about a 6-yard pickup on the pass, so it's going to be 4th down and 4. Tampa's going to have to punt it away. Looks like Rashad White lost half of his shirt on that one too, because they ripped it right off from him.
Yep, and they're going to punt it away.
Nice punt.
As I say, it had good backspin, almost too much good backspin, because it looked like it was going to spin itself right back out to like the 15 to 20 yard line.
It would have had that
defender not gotten to it. Yeah. So there we go. There's the playoff bracket. So yeah, both 1 seeds have moved on. I was say, when was the last time we saw both 1 seeds end up as the in the Super Bowl? It's been a few years.
That's a good trivia question for you.
Yep. Well, hey, let's see. Who in the chat can Google the answer first, because we know everybody's going to cheat. Don't cheat, because I want to see who can get it first, but you know somebody's going to cheat it, probably.
All right, Goff's back to pass on 1st down. Pickup of about 3 yards. Goff to Laporta. That goes out to the Detroit 14-yard line.
I just thought about something. What is a bill? Because I know, like, most of the teams, it's the city name and then what their mascot is.
Some dude named Bill. That's why you have 50,000 people named Bill protesting outside the stadium so that they can get the name taken away.
Yep. I think you're thinking of the wrong stadium. I think that's the people protesting outside of Kansas City.
Oh, I thought it was the Bills.
Oh, we got another Buccaneer down with an
They're not
injury.
going to have anybody left. They're going to have to play their offense out on defense.
Well, that's what I was saying. I was worried about potentially with whoever ends up playing the Niners in the in the NFC Championship game or in the Super Bowl. I mean, because you got to be able to make it through that game, and durability has been a big problem for a lot of the teams in the AFC, especially.
And anyone playing against San Francisco.
Yeah, well, and anyone playing against the NFC North, or AFC North, I mean, which might be the team getting to the Super Bowl, because the Ravens. The Ravens were the ones who injured Joe Burrow this year. Because that happened on Thursday Night Football.
Now that's a comfy-looking chair.
Yep.
But if I have to have 60 months financing to buy a chair, I'm not buying a chair.
You're buying a house instead, pretty much, of that with that financing.
Matter of fact, if I can't buy a chair outright, I'm not buying it.
Okay, JP texted me that he's all good to go and that he wants you to do it with us for the later game, and I think that would just be too many cooks in the kitchen, probably.
Well, I'd just be snoring, so it'd be just background noise.
It's only a 6:30 start time for the game tonight.
I'm old. And you got me up at 4 o'clock this morning.
I didn't try and get you up.
Well, no, actually, Mom got me up at 4 o'clock this morning because she went and knocked on your door. So it looks like we're on an injury timeout here.
Yeah, for whichever Buccaneer that was down.
Yeah.
Again, hopefully no serious injury. You hate to see any player go down with an injury. Especially this late in the season, because whatever injury it is could very well be a season-ending injury.
Yep. Been there, done that.
Yep. And that's one of the concerns for looking at quarterbacks coming out of the draft. I think Michael Penix has already had 2 season-ending injuries in college football, which doesn't really bode well for a 6-year starter in college. Now trying to move into the NFL.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you're already on the older side of quarterbacks coming out the draft if you play 6 years in college. And 2 season-ending injuries.
All right, here we go. Goff's up under center. Fakes the handoff. Back for the pass. Another first down.
I think that was, I think David there, I think it's Levante David. Oh, wait, no, it was Dean that was down. Because they are showing him. I knew it was a short.
He looked like he was in pain.
Yep. But I also knew the name started with D that was down. And I just couldn't see which name.
All right, first down and 10 from the 25. Oh, Goff had a wide open. Who was that? 24-yard pass to Williams.
Yep, Jamison Williams there.
Jamison Williams. That kills me every time. I think of Jameson Winston.
You mean Jameis Winston?
Yeah, that one.
But yeah, that was the draft that I couldn't understand what the Vikings' plan was, because they traded back to let the Lions draft him inside the division.
All right, handoff up the middle. Pretty much stopped at the line of scrimmage. Might have picked up a yard.
Yep. But yeah, and then the Vikings with their second round pick that they got from the Lions, they then traded back with Green Bay for Green Bay to pick up Christian Watson. Well, yes, that definitely seems like a questionable move to give both 2 of your 3 other teams in your division great receivers.
All right, second down and 9. Oh, he's under attack there. He's down. It's going to be third down and long. 6-yard sack. So, be a third down and 15.
All right.
Got to try to get this first down if they want to extend this lead beyond a single score. Third and 15 from the 44-yard line. Oh, he got it. I think he got the first down. St. Brown, yes. They're marking him down across the line, telling the markers to move. So first down and 10. Picked up 16 on a 14-yard or 15-yard need.
Yep. How many yards was were they from the? It was what?
They were 15 yards from the first down marker, and he picked up 16.
All right. Well, I guess Goff just went and put up his jersey number, 16.
Pass over the middle.
Oh, and that's Gibbs, and he gets away from the tackle. He's gonna break it. Oh, he ends up getting pushed out of bounds just about.
20 yards though.
Yeah, it's a big time move there for a running back though.
20-yard pass to the Tampa Bay 20.
It's always a worry there. How much time is left on the clock here?
That's a good question.
We'll tell you when we see the time clock again, and we'll even count it down so that you can sync up the stream.
7:36.
So 35, 34, 33, 32, 31.
8-yard pickup by Laporta.
Yeah, Laporta potty going down there. It's going to be what, 2nd and 4?
It should be 3.
2nd and 3? Okay. Depending on the spot of the ball, looks like...
2nd and 3.
Okay, good. All right, handoff up the middle, and Jahmyr Gibbs gets the first down and maybe one more yard, but that's about all he got.
So it's going to be 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Yeah, so 7 minutes flat. Now it's 54, 53, 52, 51, 50.
This is going to be a heavy dose of running here.
Yep, because they want to try and drain as much clock off the field, right?
Yep.
Not to mention it's what they've been doing the best at, too. As we mentioned the last time they were in the red zone, when they decided not to. Patrick, I think you're a little late on that.
Go, Patrick, go! Oh, no. Go, Pack, go.
Yeah, I think that's a little late on that cheer.
Touchdown, Detroit!
Yep. There we go. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
On a pass.
Yep. Well, I think a touchdown to the wide receiver should be a pass play.
Well, you never know. Could have been an end around.
Yeah, it could have been. I mean, that's how Christian Watson got his first touchdown last year.
Actually, I guess if it was an end around, it wouldn't be a wide receiver.
They're called end arounds when they run it on the... Okay. Yeah. I know. It sounds like it should be a tight end thing.
Yeah. You don't see many tight ends running, no.
There we go. Go, Patrick, go.
Okay. I can go with that one. Go, Patrick, go.
Yep.
And the extra point is up, and it's good. 31-17 Detroit with 6 minutes, 22 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Who's Dr. Spider?
He was the one who asked about the time remaining.
I see that, but I don't know who he is.
He's been hanging out in chat for the last couple of weeks.
Okay. Welcome, Dr. Spider.
All right, Patrick's moving into his new apartment on March 1st.
You are? Is that in North Carolina or in Pennsylvania?
Probably Connecticut.
Connecticut. That would be closer.
And I say it would be closer to the track for him as well if he was going to try and make something happen for Stafford.
Any news on Stafford, Patrick? And he signed an 8-race deal to run the late models.
Yeah, what track, though? Is that at Stafford?
Is that at Stafford?
Let's see. Or is that a different short track somewhere else? Also, why did he suddenly change the person of that? Because he said, and he signed. What would that be? Would that be the third person?
Yeah,
second person?
It's third person.
Okay, it would be third person? Okay.
It was the third person with Patrick, too, but... Yeah, he or Patrick is still third person.
Yeah, okay. So why is he speaking in the third person?
Look at the towels come out now.
Yep.
Thompson Speedway. Where's that? We may have to get Dale Jr. out to find that one.
Yeah. Or we get out the Google box and type in Thompson Speedway.
All right. Baker Mayfield's going to be in the hurry-up offense here. He comes out first down and 10 from the 36-yard line.
Yes, he's got to get down this field.
That's an
pretty
incomplete pass. Doesn't have to do a hurry-up on an incomplete pass.
He's also planning 8 races at Stafford. Still in the third person. All in Connecticut. Okay, so Thompson Speedway is in Connecticut.
So is your apartment in Connecticut? Oh, excuse me. Is Patrick's apartment in Connecticut? Or his, or whatever pronoun you're using these days?
Yeah, in Thompson, Connecticut. Who could have guessed that?
Baker's under attack. Oh,
and did
he looked like he got punched. He meant to punch the ball, but he punched him right in the jaw.
Luckily, I think Baker's one of the few guys who wouldn't really care too much about that.
I actually want to see a penalty on that.
Okay.
Taylor, Pennsylvania, 45 minutes closer to Stafford. Okay.
All right. Hey, you know what? That's 45 minutes closer to me too. All right. Now I just have to go ahead and set the redirect so that it will redirect everybody from here straight over to the next streams. If you guys want to just follow us along, we'll be live over there for the Bills-Chiefs game with JP.
Who did? Mabin. Reeves Mabin did that punch.
Yep, number 42. And Tampa Bay calls their first time out.
Yeah, they didn't call a penalty on that, though.
Probably because Baker's one of the quarterbacks in the league who wouldn't really care too much about a punch to the face. Because he got...
I may not be single now.
Oh. What is
you got all kinds of news today.
What is he dating Taylor, Pennsylvania?
And now he's I.
Yeah. Well, no, he was I'm on the last one here too.
No. I'm done.
All right, he's done with his job applications.
Oh,
there, that's random popping in there.
Good job, random.
As Baker Mayfield just airballs it right over Chris Godwin, and it's gonna be 4th and 14 here.
Hopefully, you get the job as soon as you got the applications done.
I mean,
4th and 14. What do you do here? You got to go for it.
Yeah,
you need 2 scores.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna catch up on the score because I didn't get the score updated after the.
I even said it.
Yeah, I was busy.
You don't listen to me.
Well, I was also busy getting the stream ready for the next stream.
I'm done, kinda. All right, 4th and 14. What can Baker do here?
And I think.
I see a hold. Are they going to call it?
I don't know, but Evans gets out of bounds as long as he didn't start making backwards progress at that point beforehand. Because if you are running backwards when you go out of if you're making negative progress when you go out of bounds, that keeps the clock running, right?
Oh, they're not going to show anything in the back. Yes.
Okay.
They're not going to show anything in the backfield because of the hold.
And they don't want to show it.
No, because they don't want to make the refs look bad, but the refs just gave him one.
Yep. And random. I'll be in there after the second game, but we got the second game coming up in about half an hour, so we're not gonna have a lot of downtime between.
17-yard pass to Godwin.
And we're back to the third person for Patrick.
Patrick got a new job. He's working for a military plant that makes artillery shells. Can I get a discount?
All right, here we go. Take snap, looking. Baker Mayfield fires it downfield, finds Chris Godwin. And did he get out of bounds?
I don't think so.
They did.
Yep, they called it out of bounds.
They called that out of bounds. I don't know how.
17-yard pass to Godwin. So Godwin seems to be his player of choice today. How is that not out of bounds?
You mean how is it
How is that
inbounds?
in bounds?
All right. Yeah. He got ruled out of bounds. So.
Yeah, he got ruled out of bounds. Okay.
Yeah, because they stopped the clock.
Okay.
Yeah, they did stop the clock.
Okay, so that's right.
They got the call right. Good. Throwing it and throwing it away.
Throwing it to the cheerleaders.
Yep. Does Tampa Bay have cheerleaders?
No, that was Detroit's cheerleaders.
Yep. I feel like that'd be interesting if the away team still brought their cheerleaders to the stadium.
They do in college.
As maybe Dallas could lend their cheerleaders out at least to the teams who don't have cheerleaders, like Green Bay, because I know Green Bay doesn't have cheerleaders.
2nd and 10.
Here we go. Take the snap, looking, firing, and it's into the end zone. That's Mike Evans.
Touchdown,
Evans. Yep. Buccaneers get the touchdown, and that's big, because that'll bring them to, what, 20? Yeah, 23.
They'll be within one score now.
Now, at this point, do you go for that 2-point conversion that we mentioned earlier to try and offset? No. Or not yet?
Not yet.
Because I know you mentioned that you would if it were 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
But that's not Tampa Bay. That's Detroit.
We were talking about Tampa at that time. Was the team getting ready to punch it in?
Oh, well, I was talking about Detroit.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it was Tampa Bay who was lining up their kick. Oh, and now we're back to I for Patrick.
What you streaming?
Probably anything you can. As I know he plays a lot of different. Oh, they are going to try the 2-point conversion here though for Tampa Bay. I know you said you wouldn't if you were Tampa, probably.
No,
but
I wouldn't if I were Tampa.
And it's dropped. Is that going to be pass interference?
They're not going to call pass interference on that.
Yeah,
I mean, it was face guarding, but
yeah. Let's see. Maybe on replay it doesn't look as bad, but yeah, no, he made contact with him before the ball got there.
They both made contact. They both had their hands on each other.
Yeah, I feel like
the problem is that Malawufu
basically just shoved himself into the receiver's arms there,
and he never turned around to look at the ball.
Yeah,
so that was the big key. That should have been a penalty.
Yeah, definitely. Because I know that Evans also made contact, but he kind of didn't have a choice when the guy jumped into his arms. He probably had a better shot at doing the Jack and Rose thing from Titanic than he did at actually catching the ball there.
Yeah.
In fact, that might have actually been a better way to catch the ball. Just put your arms both around him and go underneath the armpits there to catch it.
Oh, I thought you meant just going down with the ship.
Nope. Although, granted, that might be what Tampa Bay is going to do here.
That's what they're going to do here.
Because now they're down by, 8?
Yeah.
So they need the 2-point conversion just to send it to overtime?
Just to send it to overtime.
And that's including if they can find a way to get the stop here, which is going to be tough.
And that's why you don't go for that 2-point conversion there.
All right.
I can't imagine the analytics told them to go for that. That had to be a Bowles decision.
All right, I'm just getting some stuff, the layout stuff for broadcasting with JP because he's not physically here. Just wanted to explain to the stream why we're in a small little box.
I thought you were telling me. I'm like, I don't care.
No, look at what they can see over here. Oh, and we got another message. All right, but yeah, here we go. Image.
I think all the Dyers have you in their life now, Patrick. I don't think it's just Ryan. I think we all love you. So
there we go. Looks fancy.
It
JP
does.
going in the other spot there. There we go. So we got that, and then cut back over to here. So we got us back on the big screen. Well, as big a screen as I've got. Well, I guess technically that would be a bigger screen.
You know, there's a nice one out in the other room.
Yeah, that'd be a very big one for this utility cube, which is already giving a little bit underneath the weight of what I got on it. Because, yeah. I know Patrick's not a fan of the utility cube. For whatever reason. I think it's fun.
I think it's crazy, but...
Hey, it works.
It does work. Yet still crazy.
Probably cheaper than any desk you've bought recently.
I work, and I'm crazy.
Yep. One of those is definitely true. I'll let chat decide on which one.
I think we know what that is. I play a lot. All right, Goff under center.
All play, no work.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep. Here we go. The goofball, and they're just going to hand... Oh, no, they aren't going to hand it off. I got fooled by that one. Yep. I'm on Ross St. Brown up the sideline
and
for a
stays
first
in
down.
bounds.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's going to be the important play. I was about to say, before I even saw him go for the handoff, I was going to say...
Oh, who's going off now?
That's Dean or whatever his name was. I think it's N'Kobe Dean.
Did he get a hip flexor? Is that what it was? I'm assuming it was, because the way he was leaning and still leaning... It looks like his left hip is very, very sore.
Yeah. I don't know. Could be that he fell on somebody's helmet.
Well, that you could get a hip flexor from
Oh,
that.
Random says he thinks you're crazy. And then...
Thank you.
We're back to third person for Patrick. As the Lions going running up the middle here. Get a first down there with Montgomery.
It was colder than a penguin's behind out there. When was the last time you touched a penguin's behind there, Patrick? Just wondering. Asking for a friend.
Doing research and development?
Yeah.
What research and development requires knowing the answer to that question?
Oh, just saying the comment was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't mind, because I resemble crazy.
And there we go, sack in the backfield for Goff. Wasn't able to do much, but it'll run 40 more seconds off the clock.
Nope.
Oh, nope.
Timeout.
Tampa Bay calling their second timeout here. And is it just me that's a little worried that they're using up their timeouts now? I mean, they got 3 minutes left in the game.
Oh, defense got a penalty on that. I don't know what...
Wouldn't the flag have potentially stopped the clock too?
Yeah.
So that seems like a really bad call if the flag got called after the timeout, which seems weird. Oh.
Hands to the face.
Yeah, it should. It's a fair penalty. But
yeah. But
I just don't know why.
Why they called a timeout.
Yeah, why did Bulls call the timeout if they were going to get the clock stopped anyway for the penalty? Maybe he didn't know and he was calling the timeout because he wanted to make sure that the clock stopped? Oh, yeah, there we go. They gave him back the timeout.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, that was confusing.
All right, first down and 10 from the 45-yard line.
Are they just trying to take us for a ride?
Yep.
Yep.
Hand off up the middle. That's what we should be doing anyway.
Yeah, because every single time they do it, they run 40 seconds off the clock unless Tampa Bay timeout. Shocker. Who could have guessed they're going to use their second timeout here?
Yeah.
Unless there's another penalty flag down.
No, because the sideline people came out with water and stuff.
Yep. Yep, there we go. Officially showing the graphic up there for second timeout. Because realistically, after the 2-minute warning, all Detroit needs is to get one first down after the 2-minute warning, and then they can just take the knee the rest of the way.
Yeah, most likely. Look out, Ryan. Patrick's coming for you with a convincing pitch to be his race car sponsor.
We'll see. We'll see how convincing it is. But, yep. So, 2 minutes 54 seconds left on the clock. They added 2 seconds to the clock after the timeout.
Goff back to Pat. Oh,
Montgomery got popped there.
Good defense there from Tampa Bay.
Now that you've got Tampa thinking it's a run, do you go for a short pass?
That was a short pass.
Oh, that was?
Yeah.
Was a pass? Okay. Do you go for a pass that isn't in the backfield? Do you actually go for one that goes some... Oh, you're going to have to. I didn't realize it was 11. I thought they got some yardage. I guess they lost some yardage that they got on that play.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
3rd and 11.
Yeah, for whatever reason, this is like 3 plays behind now. And there we go, deep throw, and incomplete. And it's going to be 4th and 11. Detroit's going to give this ball back to Tampa Bay with 2 minutes on the clock.
Yeah.
And we know what Tampa Bay can do with 2 minutes. We just don't know if they'll be able to do it.
I guess I would have passed that. I can see the...
Yeah, you want to try and get that first down, because if you get the first down, they're going to try and kick this one. They're punting it.
Yeah.
I thought that was their field goal unit out there, but no, that's their punter.
Now, if you can get it inside their 10, you're doing pretty well here.
In fact, they might take the 2-minute warning here to try and set it back a little bit, right? Potentially?
It shouldn't be kicking down, going down.
The play clock is. The game time wasn't.
Oh, I thought you said to take it down to the 2-minute
No,
warning.
but to take the delay of game.
Yes,
drop back a little bit, potentially to make it easier to try and nail that sweet spot.
That depends on the punter, though, because some punters have the ability to shorten up their kick.
Yeah.
And so he might be one of those.
Yeah. Well, they got the kickoff, and it'll be
Buccaneer
ball
at the 10. Yep. So he got it at the 10.
Yeah, which is pretty good.
Yep, that's what you want is 10 or under.
Yep. I mean, if you can get it 5 or under, that's amazing.
Right. That's.
And if you get it on the 1, you're unbelievable. I was watching a highlight during lunch of a few crazy plays and stuff, and I saw the clip of that one punt where it got stuck right in the field. The monsoon game from like the mid-2000s. Not sure if you remember that one.
Was that before lunch today?
Probably.
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure if it was long enough ago to where you actually had hope and watching the games.
I probably was, but no, got nothing.
Yeah, I think it was a Miami-Pittsburgh game or something, but it was an absolute monsoon. They kicked the ball off and it got stuck right in the ground like it was stuck on a tee.
Nice.
Yeah, that was how wet the ground was. But, so, we got 10 people hanging out in stream, though. We got quite a few people. Hopefully you guys will all follow us over to the next stream with JP as well. We'll be streaming that one together here in about 10 minutes or so. And realistically, I think this game might end up... There's not going to be a lot of downtime between the two games.
No. Nope. No, it's already 6:08.
Yep.
And the last 2 minutes of a football game are the longest 2 hours of your life.
Yeah, especially if you're just counting down the clock. Because watching them count down the clock and kneel the ball it feels longer than watching a team trying to utilize all 2 minutes with timeouts and stuff. Even though it probably is longer to actually run the ball and use the timeouts and stuff, when there's actually something happening, it feels a lot shorter than watching tick, tick, tick. Yep, they're going to knee it. Yep, tick, tick, tick. 10, 9, 8.
Now the next game is Peacock. Not Peacock, right?
It's Paramount.
Paramount.
Yep. Because this game's Peacock. Each of the major networks got one game this week. Yep. So Fox got the night game last night.
Pass complete.
to Evans, but
5 yards.
tackled in
So
bounds.
Be second down and 5.
You got to be going downfield here. You can't afford to wait too long here. You got one timeout to use. Oh, and that's a pick. That's game.
A pick. That's the game right there.
Yep, game over. And now Detroit just has to knee the ball away, and we'll be ticking it down.
Yeah, minute 33 seconds. Definitely don't have enough time left now.
Unless you can force them to fumble the knee.
I mean, I've seen some attempts at that.
I still think the craziest play on one of those kind of end game type scenarios it was when the Eagles defender there, Jalen Carter, tried to go under the tackle to intercept the spike to stop the clock.
Yeah.
I still think that's the craziest kind of time manipulation penalty or play I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, been 3 months, but it doesn't feel like it. Yeah, it feels like probably it's been no time and all the time at the same time.
I hear you. I hear you, Pat.
Yep.
Just know you got an army praying for you.
Yep. And we're at, they're just going to knee this ball down. Hopefully no one was right on it with Goff's rushing yards, and now he's going to knee the ball away and lose them.
Yeah. Although, that one, he went forward.
No, I think he lost a yard there, too.
Did he?
Yeah, I think so. Yep. There we go. Loss of a yard as well there.
JP got another account.
Probably. Although, granted, this one has better grammar, I think.
How do you know his grammar?
Grammar.
Oh.
You just forgot to... You should know. It's the main accent. And here we go. 23 seconds left, and Detroit is heading to the NFC Championship game for the first time in a very long time, if ever. So, I say the Lions are going to be interesting. Could they go to their first Super Bowl ever as a team? Because they've never even been to the Super Bowl.
I still can make a case for them beating
San Fran.
San Fran.
How many injuries on San Fran's part does it take?
Well,
because, yep, there we go. Game goes final.
gotta shake the pom-poms.
So there we go.
Thank you all for joining us. Now we gotta go to the other stream.
Yeah, so it'll be probably about a 2-3 minute intermission. I'm gonna end off this stream, and then we'll be back with JP in a few for the other stream. So see you guys over there, and if from him, he will be heading out. So.
I'm heading out. Keystone, good luck at work tonight.
Will we see you for the AFC Championship game at 3 p.m. next Sunday?
You most likely will see me.
All right, so unless something changes, which everything changes.
Right.
So.
But I'm hoping to make it.
All right. We hope you make it, too.
It would also be a good birthday celebration.
I was gonna say, is your birthday on next Sunday?
Yeah.
I know it's coming up at the end of the month, but
yeah.
I couldn't remember if it was next Sunday or not.
Random wants the link.
All right, yeah. Random, the stream should auto direct you to the next stream when we go live. If not, check the channel page; it'll be up. It's already scheduled, so. All right, but hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, leave a like on the stream, subscribe if you guys are new, so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. And until next time, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we will see you guys next video, live stream, whatever you guys decide to do with the rest of your day.